Edition LLC Crystal Edge Technology screens, and this is going to be Cardboard PC Talk. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to call a new channel that I'm working on right now. I have no idea. We'll figure it out as we go along. Anyway, as I told you before, we're building all this exciting gaming technology for um, for um, for games, consoles, whatever you game on, you know what I mean, a way to enhance your gaming experience, and that way you have to spend a lot of money for these OLED TVs. That again, if you eventually polish your games, you run the risk of basically burning in and all other kind of nonsense you got to go through with those TVs. On top of that, dealing with gray projection screens and white projection screens are just not going to give you your gaming performance at the end of the day. Something you definitely need, which is contrast, which is extremely important. All right, so I got on this kick of designing. I did a couple. I think I did one in the garage. I did a gaming PC out of cardboard. It's something basic, nothing really insane. It's something basic at the end of the day. And I never got a chance to finish building it because things change and people go here and people go there. And we left the garage and to go pursue a better business place to do business. And this is where we're at right now. So with that being said, I picked up again on coming back in and basically developing another PC case made out of cardboard. And this one came out absolutely magnificent. Even working on a case mount, which I did delete that video by the way, because again, it got into other topics that again, I should have never brought into the video to begin with. But yeah, so bottom line is just going to get rid of that and just keep it straight to the PC and what we're doing instead of changing directions here and there. So what I did right here is we have a case that I built that has fans that you can connect to it. This makes it so much easier for me to build a mount and case unit for the motherboard ahead of time, so that way I can connect it to whatever base I want to attach it to. Kind of like Voltron, when the thing went together and all the parts came together, like that. And as I got to thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to spend $120 for a fishbowl PC. We can literally build that ourselves. We can build a fishbowl PC out of cardboard. I got to thinking about, like, how would we go about doing that? How would that be possible to build this? And actually, technically, it's not that hard. It really isn't. The magnetic strips make it extremely easy for us to connect our plexiglass on and off. And the good thing about it is I can do a full wraparound fishbowl PC setup. Extremely easy to do. And put multiple power supplies in, enough room to run whatever I want, and basically expand the ecosystem that I want to put in there, which would have basically been plagued by the case itself, because again, it's big, but you know, if you want to go bigger and wider, you have to pay more money for it. So I'm going to go this route instead. So I got this base. I'm going to start building the base first today, the platform for that, and then we got to go over to my business account, and there's special cardboard boxes I have to pick up. These are too wide, too thick. It's fantastic for the base, but the actual structure of the walls would be way too wide. And I told you they have boxes just like this, but they're much thinner. They're like this, which are absolutely perfect for what we have to put together. This will allow me to put a plexiglass see-through peekaboo window completely wrapped all the way around. So what we're going to do, cell phones, it doesn't work with the PlayStation over there. It runs on PC perfectly fine. And just for any other device, it does not work. At the end of the week, I'm going to have to bring my own people in. They're a little more expensive, but again, I can have them in there. I can put my proxy servers in, all that stuff in, and be good with it. So anyway, getting back to the fish tank PC, it's just much easier to build. A lot easier to build, to put that together. We get a bigger PC. Actually, we get a good sized PC. I don't want to make it too wide, but I do need a little more room in there if I'm going to put an ecosystem in there. And again, I would like to have the motherboard, power supply, and all the parts in the center of the case, which would be nice. But the problem is you can't do that, because once they put that back door on there, there's no more case left. So I want to do this one a little different. So I think this right here, we built right here, is actually perfect. I do want to build a compartment for the liquid cooling system, the liquid cooling system. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I can measure from the liquid cooling system. I'm probably going to do 2 fans from there. That would be the best way to do it. 2 fan system setup. Because I don't want it too tall. Definitely don't want it too tall, but again, it depends on how tall the plexiglass can get too. Plexiglass is, where's measuring tape at? Oh. And right now, I made a decision to change something here. So instead of me going and buying the case, which I'm not going to do, because again, as I said before, I'd rather build it from cardboard and do it that way. It's much cheaper, much more affordable, and I can design it the way that I want to design it. So that's what I'm going to do it that way instead. That's definitely what I'm going to do. And I'm going to take the parts we have from here that we're going to go into the Nuclear Jungle and put them over here and turn this into a gaming PC. And I'm going to come around and buy new parts for the Nuclear Jungle, but first I'm going to go with my case first. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. It's much cheaper, much more affordable, and I can build it the way I want. I already got a blueprint in my head on exactly how I build it. I need plexiglass sheets. I learned something too. Basically, if you're using any form of Pentium, especially I had an unlock. K is locked and no K is actually unlocked. I'm sorry, K is unlocked and K is locked. There's a difference between the two, but then again, if you're overclocking, yeah, you definitely have to have a K, definitely from the door. But so what is it called? The 1155s. What the freak? Seriously, like the boards are like the 1151s are freaking ain't hard to find those boards on an ITX. Like really hard to find that board in a micro ITX or ITX board. Mostly it'll be a micro ITX ATX, which again, and the reason why, because that 6700 i7 is actually really, really nice. I would like to have one of those, but I can't because I can't find that board for a reasonable price. Everybody wants $200-300 for those boards. So again, yeah, it's on the back burner for that. What else I was looking at on there too? 1151s. 1151s are heads. 1155s are easy to find, but you have to have the i7s run off of those easily. So we're going to 1155 higher than 1151, which is much more better for processing data and information. And pick up that board, much better socket. Get that one, and we're going to drop in an Intel. The problem with the Intel 37, I think it's a 3770, if I got it right. Those particular chips are kind of really hard to find. They're fantastic for gaming. They run a ton of gaming applications. Unfortunately, checking into the 4790s, the 4790s don't really do that well with gaming. So certain cards, basically, chips do better and some don't. So basically, finding that on a Dell, yeah, it has a lot of cool parts in it, but that processor is just not going to work for gaming. We're just better off just getting a 3770, which would be much better, or 3770K, which is much better to run for actually gaming applications. So I'm thinking I'm just going to pick out a Dell, because right now everyone I've tried to track down with that CPU, I don't want to buy one used. I might get one off eBay. I'm kind of iffy about that. Depends on, those pins, you can't have them, you can't lay them in your hand like that. You can't put them in your hand, you can touch those pins like that. You have to have that. When you take it out, you have to take it up by the top. That's why you grab this little part. You pick up that CPU and you drop that into that case that it comes with. That's why mine's still sitting in the motherboard, because I'm not going to have that thing laying around. It gets damaged. So you really don't want to be touching those pins at the bottom of that CPU. They're very sensitive. And the fact that I saw one in someone's hand just like this, no, that freaks me out. That's why I think it's still in that motherboard over there, because it's safer over there than basically having it in a box somewhere, or having it, don't want to go around that route. But anyway, that's an i7, which we're not going to use, because again, we still want to run VR. We can run VR off this unit right here, no problem whatsoever when we get done building it. The Nuclear Jungle, like I said, I'm looking at the case that I could buy for $120, or I can build this case. And if I build this case, I'll get plexiglass that wraps around the case, number one. I will get the way I want to design it. I would like to have the CPU, I would like to have the graphic card, and I would like to have the power supply in the center of the PC. That way, if I put those pieces in the center of the PC, I have the entire PC wrapped around from front to back with plexiglass to see my virtual world. And I can do the top two with no problem. Very easy to do. Very easy to do. You can get small plexiglass sheets and magnetic strips which are fantastic. Some of them are a little sealed in, but other compartments when you get access to, those would be the magnetic strips with the little handles on the side and pull off the case, get access to your stuff, lock it back on. Easy. Those magnetic strips are, they make a world of connecting stuff on and off to take things on and off. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it that way. I can have all my stuff right there. CPU, I'm the motherboard. We have a motherboard case here we built here, which allow us to take this, stick this in the middle of the case, stick the power supply in the middle of the case. Over here, make a stand that will fit perfectly for our liquid cooling system. Set that in the middle of the case, connect everything together. The entire PC is only built in the middle of the case, and then we got the entire case wrapped all the way around, and we can build whatever we want. Tell me that's not a good idea. And it's cheap. It's extremely affordable. Now, for those of you who are talking about, maybe you might not want those corners all the time. You might want to smooth those out. I'm going to show you how to smooth your corners out, how to make them round. It's very easy to do. Extremely easy to do. Very easy to do. A little bit of putty in that space, about a little putty and some sandpaper. You can fill that out easily. Very easy to do. Extremely easy. Sandpaper, if you want to do it that way, if you want to get one of those rotary grinders, you can go right and grind down that cardboard where it's nice and smooth. It blends in. You won't see one from the other. Paint over it, and you got those smooth corners. Yeah, a whole lot of stuff. I'm planning to build a lot of stuff off cardboard. I'm not planning that. I think after building this setup I have here, I'm not going back to building a case anymore. I'm building my own case. It's got to build it the way I want to. One of the biggest problems I have when putting cases together, if I want to put parts in there, like, oh God, I don't have enough room for a 420. The 420 millimeter liquid cooling systems are huge. There's no room for me to put those in certain cases. If I want to put 2 of them in there, can't do that. Say if I want to do dual i7 processor motherboard, I have to run 2 liquid cooling systems in there, and then I want to run another liquid cooling system in for the GPU. Can't do that because I don't have the room in the case to do it. So this right here allows me to modify it whatever I want. Freaking love it. On top of that, I can make bigger windows. I can put all kinds of artwork and displays in there. I want to do a Ninja Turtle one so badly, which I'm going to definitely do with the whole source system intact. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the characters up front, some of them going through the SOAR, and then as you look through, you can see the open area like the ant farms they have, and you can see some of them actually moving back and forth. That's how I want to hook it up. I got the song stuck in my head. So if I get a Dell with a i7 3770 in it, I can get that whole system for about $100. And they sell the CPU for roughly around sometimes 60, 70, sometimes 80, sometimes 90, sometimes 100. They sell it for. Whereas you can get one. The ones for 50 are hard to get because, again, usually they're sold out. They sell out pretty quick. We can get the entire PC, strip it down. We don't need the motherboard. We can get rid of that. We got a motherboard coming in for that. We don't need it. All we need is the RAM. The RAM on it works perfectly for that board because those boards are basically 11, I think they're 1150 boards, or 1150 to 1155 boards they have in there. So easy to swap the parts over. Easy. The power supply we don't need. Probably sell that back on eBay, for a cheap price. I'm gonna get it for a cheap price. You don't need it for anything. Found out you can't use Dell, which I'm curious about why you can't use Dell power supplies in your own PC. I think they were shorted out. I'm curious about that. So that's what I'm doing right now over here. Much cheaper when you strip it out. Oh, and for other people to know, it's still down. Yeah, the page is still down. It's still down. Yep. Like I said, you got to back these things up. You got to back them up, man. You got companies who ask you right off. I'm in here. People ask me every freaking day when I'm in here. Every day, if somebody pops in, someone talks downstairs about, hey, there's a guy upstairs who built this black screen or whatever. They pop right up at the door and ask me all these questions about the screen. I can't just sit there and go, well, I can't talk to you right now because so I can't do that here. It's virtually impossible. Everybody knows that develop black screens in the building now. Apparently, it got out. So a lot of people don't develop these black screens in here, and they come in here because in their environment, they got white screens. Those screens don't show up for jack. I know I've been in those environments already. The screens don't show up for nothing. And they've been down like, yeah, this guy got these black screens up there. My name's on the side of my door and everything. They come right there and knock on my door and they ask me a question. Am I busy? And I want to come see the screen. And they come see it right there. Boom. Like, wow, man, that's insane, man. You know, you make this for home theaters for home too. And they ask for the kind of thing for outside. There you go. So with that being said, you know, I'm already advertising my technology already. And these people here are locked into companies. They own their own businesses and companies. And the guys are like, man, this would be fantastic in my building. It'd be fantastic in my restaurant. I got a little business on the side. About to open up a restaurant pretty soon on the side and expand my business. I would love to have these in here. There you go. I make money while I'm actually in this building. So, yeah. So you got to be honest about it. If they wanting to have the stuff these guys did, there's no way in the world I can be in this building. It'd be virtually impossible. Yeah. Besides, anybody's upset at the fact he had to pull his page and block of people off. If you can back your stuff up, you're not pulling back your website. You're not. You back it up. That's why. So we gave him an ultimatum. We got him an ultimatum. He can't get out of it. Bottom line is he had until the 20th. He still has until the 27th to do the demonstration. We still got to do it. I can't get around any of these tests I got to do. I can't sit there and go, oh yeah, do some pop up, do some videos in the dark, fool a whole bunch of people on YouTube, and try to sell something that doesn't even work or doesn't even exist at that. You get in trouble for that. A lot of trouble for that. There's no way in the world you get around that. If one of its customers, one of them, had filed a consumer fraud against him, he'd be in a lot of trouble. He would have to explain in front of a panel. So again, you have to tell the truth. And the only people that will get upset with the fact that this happened to them, because it's far more worse it's going to go. But the only people upset are people who basically supported that nonsense. No customer in their right mind is looking to get ripped off. No customer in their right mind will wake up in the morning, I'm going to buy a car. I hope I get a lemon. I hope it doesn't even work. I hope that thing shuts down. The minute I go to the lot, I'm so looking forward to spending all my money into a vehicle that I will not get anything out. No one says that. Oh man, the roofers are coming in. I hope they put holes all in my roof. I hope they do a shoddy job. And if I'm lucky, maybe the roof will collapse on me. Nobody says that. The only people who get frustrated and angry over that are people who supported that nonsense. Those are the only people getting upset. So when you see them on their YouTube channel, bitter and upset and screaming it, there you go. They outed themselves. Yep. But anyway, I ain't got time to think about that. I got cardboard PCs to build. I got new gaming technology coming out. I got that new Phoenix technology coming out. I got the aluminum technology coming out. I got this theater on the go, which is going to be all around Allentown in the wintertime. That thing having some fun. We got Apex Gamers, got invisible technology, which we're working on right now. We got a roll-on rear projection screen technology we're working on. AdTech's going to be popping up pretty soon. We got so much stuff to work on, it's not even funny. And I still got to get my customized bags made for my Phoenix technology so I can take the in and out on site. I got a lot to do. I have no time for it. All right, let me see. What do they want here? This one, they want, and I'm actually building another company. I'm in the process of building a third company for the gaming technology we're working on. Because I'm planning to go to a couple of gaming shows with this technology. Oh yeah, got some buddies I want to invest in, and they want to basically get me into a game show, a game convention, or whatever to show off this technology. Let me see. I'm looking to do something different. In the demonstrations, you're going to sharpen some of our high performance screen paint with this Quasar technology. We're going to basically take out an OLED, and now we're going to do it in the demonstration. We're going to use the box that the OLED came in to take out the OLED itself. So we got a black version, an ultra black version coming out of a Quasar. And that one is strictly designed to take out an OLED TV. And that's what we're going to do on our demonstration. Get an OLED and stick it next to it, paint it on a box, and use it on a 720p to knock out an OLED TV. That's going to be impressive. And the beautiful thing about that is you can turn the projector on and off. Can't turn that OLED off. If you turn it off, will damage the screen. You got to be careful with the OLED because they're fragile. You turn that thing off, I'm looking at the leave instructions like, do not turn this thing off. You know, turn it off. You have to wait so many hours to turn this thing back on. So do not do that. You know what I mean? Because again, these things are fragile. I don't know why anybody would have bought that thing. Someone would have told me like I went there to buy that TV and said, look, here's the deal. Can't game on these things. Why? Because if you pause the game, you can go screen burning. Didn't we go through that already with the plasma nonsense? Yeah, but it does it too. Okay. What else? Can't leave them on overnight. So if I fall asleep, I can wreck my TV. And apparently, yes, put on a timer system. Okay. What else? If you turn it off, you can't turn it back on right away. You have to wait 6 to 7 hours. You've got to be kidding me. Oh man, what happens if I turn it on? Which I'm gonna ask the question. You'll damage the TV. I'm done. I walk out the door. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And now when I have friends that have OLEDs, I walk over and I ask them this question. They're like, "Yeah, kind of straight. You can't do that. Can't do this and that." What the frick did you buy that for? Because it's a superior TV and stuff like. Yeah, but that's like buying a car and you got no tires with it. That's the whole purpose of being able to go from A to B. You can have the most high performance engine in there, the best of everything, and you don't have any tires. Where are you going with this thing? It's gonna sit in your driveway for other people to just look at it and laugh at it. That's it. Pretty much that's what the TV does. So if I want to walk into my friend's house with a universal remote control, I can shut his TV off in the middle of the game. He can't turn it back on. You know how jacked up that is? Don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's messed up. Just don't do that. No, it's messed up. You bought that thing. That's what's messed up. $27,000 for a TV. He can't even. If I turn it off, he can't turn it back on. He has to wait 6 to 7 hours. Wow, unbelievable. So yeah, I didn't believe it at first. I thought that was no. It had to be someone trolling. There's no way in the world that's possible. And it was. I went to so many forum sites and so many people, and it's actually right. It's actually true. Sorry, it's actually true. And then I'm thinking like, okay, so if the OLEDs burn in, what other things burn in it or that have OLED's technology in it? Apparently the game systems do it too. The little console systems that they had, the handhelds, they do burn-ins. And I found out that the OLED is actually in the VR system for the PlayStation. The VR2s have OLED screens in them. Good luck at watching the same image up close in your face in VR burnt into a screen. That's why I was checking that the Index didn't have it. I was checking that the Q's 2 didn't have it. And most importantly, I was checking that the Oculus 3 didn't have it in there. I got the Oculus 3 Pro, which I'm looking at that one too. All right, I gotta find a yeah 67 i7 6700. The only problem with that is that has to be on an 1151 and 1151 boards and an ITX are really hard to find. Extremely hard to find. They're making a micro ATX. That's it. That's not gonna work. So it may be better just doing it the other way as I thought, piece by piece. Because for some reason they got rid of the 70s. That's a good solid CPU for gaming. It really is. And all the ones that are on here sold out. The 3770s are the last one that sold out. The other ones are still here. Because those chips are fantastic for gaming. They are. Now, if you want to basically go full nuclear, and go get yourself a 99. A 99 basically will run anything. I mean, literally anything you have on your Steam account. Anything. And you'll pay something like around $260. Again, not that expensive. And CHIP, not the curse word. Oh, you cursed. No, I'm not cursing. No. Chip. Right? I have to remind stuff. I have a guy who contacts me. He's getting weirder now. He's basically trying to act like he's my friend. Hello, how you doing? I'm so and so and so. Oh, man. Dude, you don't bug me. I just find it kind of sad. I think you should be doing something with your life. Really, seriously. You should be learning something. Go travel. Go do something. Go to Canada or something. Canada's a beautiful place. Go check out over there. Beautiful countryside and towns and stuff like that. See something different. Okay. So I can see everybody from the door. Gee, with every single one of them is sold out. That is insane on those 3770s. All right, not a problem. We'll build it from scratch. From the ground up, piece by piece. Easy. All right, let me see. Let's show you here. So this one, these parts are going to be over here. We're going to take the original PC, which was a gaming PC, and put all those parts here. They still have to be repainted. All the parts now have to be painted out to glow in the dark, because we're changing it to a gaming PC. Everything on here is going to be RGB. Everything. Everything. Fans and all, it's going to be a 7-fan system. All that lights up. Power supply now, we're still going to do in a cardboard setup. I do want to do in a cardboard setup, but I am going to paint it to give it a bit of a Borderlands kind of artwork design. I want to give it a cartoon look to it when it's actually not a cartoon. So that's what we're going to be looking for. And we have another frontal system to put here, for a duct system here, and the other one we put here. For these areas like this, like I said, that tubing you make, this very thin tubing, you can slice it down the middle and put it around here, give it a nice little nice edge to it. We're also going to put it here and on the outside of all the tubing to get a more professional look. Those are 120 millimeter ports right there. And then the fishbowl, I'm going to start working on the base of that one, which I think I've got boxes for the base of the fishbowl. Let me check out my collection of the boxes. And I can start working on this week. The giant screen will be finished. So we'll start showing that off pretty soon on the new technology. And then I'll start working on the new Quasar technology, which is going to be this insane, it's an interesting black screen, I can just say that. It's going to be very interesting black technology. It is going to have a little color in it, but it's going to be interesting. We're using a form of hologram technology. So let me go grab that, size it up, see what we need to do from that. And yeah, that would definitely work. We'll do that instead. We'll order our panels, or plexiglass panels, which are really cheap. These panels, you can get like 5 panels for like maybe $10. Really cheap. So what we're going to be doing is, when I get my other channel and my new website built, we're going to be talking about computers and building modifications and all this cool stuff, paint jobs and all that cool stuff, whether it be console or PC. Because I'm going to put a console in a cardboard case. Definitely not putting in a cardboard case. Why not? It's easy. It's cheap. It's all day. Spend a lot of money for. And for some of you saying, "Oh, but you're too cheap to buy cases." No, it's so many levels. It's not even funny. Like I said, I've been building PCs for over 9 years, so it's nothing new. I've done it already. Once you evolve past your PC, or you build your own cases. That's where you hit at. Because there's certain people that base it in the day, they just use cases and everything, and some people go beyond that. They build their own cases, power switches. Because the whole thing about PC is customization. The top level of customization is to be able to build the case yourself. People that are a little beyond that build their own parts. Because you got people out there way up on all that. They build their own PC parts, which is freaking insane, by the way. They do it. Check them out on YouTube. There's certain levels to this. There's a level to this. And at the point you start building your own cases, then you hit another level. Some people don't like the color of the PC, so they decide they want to change the color. Same thing with console. The console build, people look at them and they don't like the case. They don't like the way it looks. They want to give it a different look. They want to have a different identity. And when people say, why did you do that? Because they'll say, because I can do it. That's why. You can do it. You just have to take the time, learn it, and just be bold enough to go inside your case. So I'm on a forum site for PC mods and all that stuff. And this is where I'm going to show my stuff off at. I'm going to have to get me a liquid cooling system with a radiator, nothing on it. So I got a template for that. So I'm going to make sure this fits. Oh, this will fit perfectly on that too. Definitely perfectly. Now, my category is a little different because we develop screen paint, so I can build my own computer monitors. I can engineer the screen paint that I want, and I can basically build things out of cardboard, more high-tech cardboard than the cardboard boxes, and I can basically convert that into my own projection screens, or monitors, if you want to put it that way. So let me see. The base in the middle is this high. That means it's going to be higher than the box itself, which we cannot do. It's going to hit the ceiling, the glass ceiling. So if you put it, so what we'll do is we'll do it at a half stack. That would be perfect. Half stack would be perfect. So half stack would mean it would be here. Nice. But we can't have it taller than the box itself. Anyway, let's see. There's a lot of room here for me to take it to work. Keys off the table. It's right here, but getting some glue from there. So this is the height of the case. Can't be higher than this. If we're higher than this, it would defeat the purpose of what we're trying to do. But then again, it is going to be stacked on top of two boxes at the bottom, the large boxes at the bottom, so that it's going to bring some of the height to the case. We forgot about that in there too. So let's get that in there, mechanical design. So, with this being the base at the bottom, right here, this being the base at the bottom, I'll show you the thing that's being there. That being the base at the bottom, here, I'm still at the same measurement this would be. So it would have to be this here. This would have to be here. You still have to go half. Definitely have to go half. What's the size of this right here compared to that? That's the tallest thing we have in here. So from here to here would be from there to there. I'm going to make it taller than this. That'd be absolutely insane to have it taller than this. And I think I'm going to do the base inner bottom. This is too thick. So I'm going to have to order all new boxes for the base. I need the base to be about that thin. The other boxes are around that thin, but they're this big. And that's what we need. These are too big. So we need the thinner ones to do it. So I'm going to put an order in for 25. We don't get many. 25 would do it. So we have to build this base later on because you need those thin boxes to do it. So we can't put two of these boxes together because again, they would just be too tall. And this has to fit on here, right? There's some way to stand it up. So I want it to stand up independently by itself in the middle of the case. Excuse me. So we have a radiator system here. But with this right here, this is our template, put 120 millimeters in, we can drop this here. So that means that'll give me a funnel system right there. So we're going to put one of these on here, right here. And let me see, if I put that there, here, that base here, how tall would this be next to this? It actually fits perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. So let me show you. See, it fits perfectly. It covers only one section of the 120 millimeter fan, which means we have a port system there to blow air out there. And this one's actually free. And this fits perfect to the size of the case of what we have to build. So that way, we just have to do a port for just one of these. That's it. Till then, I'm going to pick up 2 sets of radiator systems. They're cheap. Pick those up so that way I can get a good size and basically build templates for them. And that way I can build whatever I need to build, and I can measure by the height and what I need to do from there. So we need our template for our 120 millimeters here on the floor. Put it right there. And the center right there. On that side, I'm going to cut out our square here for this side over here. Which we have a template for that too. So, deal with it. This is this right here. Should have bought the shorter one for that one. Okay, let me see. Here. Here. Maybe from there. So from here to here. So see from here to here. So we get the square perfectly. From this part right here, this is where your fan's going to go. Right there on that corner. That's where your fan's going to go. Right there. Your fan's going to be here. Attach your fan here, and it's going to be here. So when we cut into the box, this right here and here is what needs to be cut into here so air can push through. It'll fit up nicely to that. So anything in that area right there and down is actually going to fit perfectly to allow this system to push through. Come back here. Down the street one day. Tell me about it. That's the good music, Taco. That's the good music. good music right there. Probably seems like, what the heck is he singing? Oh, look it up. Look it up. Introduce yourself to good music. All right, right there. Now, see how this, right here we have, this is the radiator. It starts here and here, right? And when we fit this in here, it fits perfectly. Right here and there, and there fits perfectly. Now we got, this is our template for it, for our 240 millimeter water cooling cutout right here. Now I can put my jungle all the way around. I can put my centerpiece, everything here, my motherboard, video card, liquid cooling system right in the center of the PC here, and I can basically have my scenery all the way around it with plexiglass here, 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 and here, and even on top. I'm going to put in the column system, which means I have a column here and a column here. I'm going to do that with the round form of a tubing. Install those in here and here. Actually, tell you the truth, that ain't a bad idea to tell you the truth. That's better than having boxes on each side. Because we won't need them, because the entire build would be in the middle of it. So we can basically build the bottom half with the thinner ones, and then put in a column, what do you call it? The tubing, cardboard tubing here, 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 and here. We can get large sheets of plexiglass for that. I think on the window here in the back, I would put a larger sheet here and a larger sheet here, and then to the part I got to get front to, access to, they would basically connect out. They'd be individual to pull out and be magnetic stripped. On the top, we can put one large piece, like this is connect on the top. We can actually go in over top and do any repairs or anything we need to work on from there. All the wires and everything can be hidden under the base of the unit. That'd be sick. Nobody knows what time it is. I like how people in wood shop, they have their own wood shop, they build their own different props to make things easier. That's what we're doing here, making our own props. Let me see. I think I'm gonna call my knife Trusty One. Where's Trusty One at? Oh, Trusty One's over here. Yeah. Trusty One. Now this right here, we're building this right here for the starting to work on our fishbowl PC. And the reason how I got to call it Winning Fishbowl because it has this huge, massive viewing glass on it. But it's interesting because we call them fish tank PCs because they had vegetable oil on them. Maybe I should be standing up doing this, to tell you the truth, honestly. Now, once we get the shop, I'll be bringing in the tools, rotary equipment and all that stuff, and we'll just be slicing through this with no time at all. And bringing in my drill, where I can carve my holes in there very easy. And that way I can just knock out stuff extremely fast and be done with it. But until then, we're going to use Trusty One. She's been with me for a while, and a lot of projects she's been involved in. Always gets the job done. I think here I just want to, I don't want this to tear, so I better stand up for this one. It won't be her fault, it'll be my fault. So I can stand up. Right? Beautiful. That's all there. Now, knowing that is there, I think I may want to put this down a little bit to, let me see, here. Where is the temp? Oh, here it is. I think I'll move that down to here. Yeah, that would be perfect right there. Perfect. So what we do this one. I'm going to show you some interesting paint jobs we're going to do with this too. On how basically you can sculpt and paint with cardboard and all kinds of stuff, things you can do with it. The whole purpose of us doing all this is, again, showing you an easier way and a better way on how you can build your own PCs. You can put cardboard, you can put consoles in here too. Doesn't make a difference. It doesn't have to be all PC all the time. Put consoles in here too. Spending all this money for these expensive cases, and I'm not getting what I want. I like that whole glass in the front and the top, but I want the whole thing. I want to be able to show off. That means I get to build more stuff in there, because I'm not just trapped to just the front and the top. That's it. I have the whole area to build, which means now not only can I put my bullfrog in there, I can put a couple bullfrogs in there, my sleeping giant in there, my machine. So all kinds of cool stuff I can put in there now. I can expand it. I want it. And I can camouflage the power supply, all the equipment, then blend into the environment. I want to get one day that I design that you can't even see all this stuff. It's just all blended in. Oh, shoot. Bird, you're in the wrong section. Definitely in the wrong section. No. You're in the right section. Not that I messed up, because you're not supposed to be there. We're supposed to be here instead. We actually are in the right spot right there, but we're good. So what the frick are you doing? You're in the wrong spot, Bird. You're in the wrong spot. Enjoying the world of cardboard. I built my own desk. Boy, that have been so neat to have my own. I had the whole desk built out of cardboard, the PC made out of cardboard. That's what I was trying to do when I was in the garage. Be careful. Getting near the edge of this, so stand up. Raise that a little bit. So we can get this right without tearing it. Be gentle. Don't be rough with it. There we go. Perfect. So put our duct system in here perfectly. The liquid cooler goes back here. Have a stand on top of it. The other one, we basically put the fan on top of this right here, which is really cool. Fan here and here, get a nice little look to it. So this is done. So what we're going to add, and what we're doing inside this case, let's just say this is the base right here. We're going to go with a much thinner one. That's going to go with. We're going to have our already set up, hooked to a box with case screws. Oh. table left and right. We're going to need a much bigger table. I can't wait to build my workshop table. My entire workshop table is going to be made all out of cardboard. I built one before. It's been made all out of cardboard, had the ports and everything in it, so I can build stuff I've made out of cardboard on my cardboard table. Isn't that pretty cool, right? So, this right here, except I think with this, no, this is actually perfect, because if I stack it up, yeah, I do like it this way, but then it doesn't give me room for the graphic card right there. So what I'm gonna have to do is I might want to put a much larger graphic card on here, definitely. We're definitely going to tilt this over the side. If we tilt that over the side, that gives me room for my large graphic card. Tilt that over the side. Idea of seeing this with stuff we got all over the desk. See, that gives me a little bit more room with the graphic card right there. But we're going to have to make this higher. We're definitely going to have to make this higher. Definitely. No, we can't, because this be the base. The base. It can't drop any farther in the base. Unless we cut a hole in the base and drop it into the base and basically put a duct system that pulls out the other end. Could do it that way. But I want to show off the whole graphic card. So we're going to have to basically make this a little bit taller. Right. That way. Because that'll give me a good sized graphic card from that point of view. And on top of that, this would fit this way with no problem. So we're going to build another one of these boxes. Definitely another one. We're definitely going to use this for something else. We can always use something. We can construct another one. As long as it's not taller than this. Well, then this is how tall I want to put the tubes. I want the tubes to be as tall as this box. Yeah, that'd be definitely perfect. All right, perfect. All right, let's get to building another one of these. Unfortunately, are we out of boxes? Jeez. No, we don't. We're not out of boxes. We actually got one in the base. We got one here. And we got one box here that we're using. We got another one over here. Come here. I need you. Dude, we got a couple of these in here. Great. We can build out one right now. We can build that right now. I put my motherboard on the floor. Terrified. I'm like, well, the motherboard's damaged. We're just going to use that for sizing. I need to get to that. Paint applications. It's cardboard. Well, you don't have to prime much. You just paint over where you want because it's all cardboard. So. And these little boxes are fantastic. I think I'll use those for these boxes. Alright, so we got two here. We want to do it this way. If we do it this way, we got a good height on it for basically putting in the graphic card. And the motherboard, which we have to pull out because it's in this board, motherboard screws. Where is the freaking screwdriver for the motherboard screws? Oh. My God, I'm gonna put stuff up. It's probably one of the smaller boxes. Chances are it's probably where I put it. Oh, no. But yeah, put it. I already put it something. Put it in the change drawer. There you go, change drawer. Man, our Fallout PC? Oh, man. That was going to be a little different. That literally came out of cardboard. The top of the screen is going to be made out of Tupperware. We're going to make the makeshift that one. But literally, the Fallout PC's case is actually made out of an old radio. So we're going to convert an old radio, take out some of the parts and everything, and convert that into a PC. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So that's going to be pretty interesting. You literally just buy stuff, furniture, install PCs into them. Come on, put a PC in this furniture, because I can do that. Why not? Like my cyber Cyberpunk 2077. I built a sofa. It's beautiful. I built it. I was in the garage. Because apparently I like the garage. As I said before, I love it. I love the garage. I do. The reason I like the garage, I can do it with my hands. That's why. Nothing's made easy for me. That's what I like. I'd rather get a house that's a shell at the end of the day. I can learn from that. It's a learning experience to buy a house that's a shell. Something I would have to learn how to build it, how to put it together. That's what I like about that kind of stuff. To have a place that's already intact is boring to me. Because again, it's already intact. Doing repairs and stuff is fantastic, but I'd rather do it myself. I'd rather put my own floors in, put my own drywall, own insulation in. And again, basically when you're doing a solar panel system, I like the EcoFlow system, you could basically do all the wiring yourself, which is quite easy because you're running everything through an EcoFlow system that's going to run the entire place with no problem whatsoever. That's what I love about that kind of stuff. So that's what I liked about the garage. The garage gave me the ability to learn how to build on this environment, which you either build or you don't survive in there. Because the garage is super, super cold in there. It gets super, super hot in that place. You have to learn how to insulate that place so you can survive in it. And that's what I liked about it, challenge. So when other people are saying, oh, you're forced, no, I'm not forced. I really make more money than you guys, a lot of money. I just basically choose to do this because I like the challenge. I like the challenge of knowing that I can do something without depending on something. That's what I like. So, yeah, it's not to be rude to say it that way. Because they felt that I was poor because I went into a garage. No, I went to a garage because I like the fact of the challenge of being able, number one, peace of mind, no one's around me. And number two, I get to build with my hands. I like that. I can go buy computers and I'll buy all these expensive parts. Down to town, I bought some really expensive machines at the end of the day. I'd rather build with my hands. And there are people like that. There are people that don't buy houses. They build their houses at the end of the day. There are people who don't buy cars. They build their cars at the end of the day. They like it better that way. Customization, build it any way you want. Especially when you get to go to the junkyard. A buddy might look onto the junkyard and scavenging for parts and stuff like that. Freaking loved it. So again, like I said, there are people like to build and there's people like to buy. We like to build. So that was my choice and my decision to live in that place at the end of the day because I like that challenge. And then being in that place, I learned how to insulate a garage from top to bottom, even outside, to make it livable. So yeah, learned a lot when I was in that place. I learned a lot of information when I was in there, which I can take that same information and incorporate in other things I want to do. So if I was going to buy a house, I wouldn't buy it brand new. I would buy it basically where it needed repaired. I could fix her up, dream. That's what I would get because I can learn so much stuff in that building. The learning process of understanding how to do it all. So if I get into a situation where I can buy a house for cheaper, I can build it myself. You imagine people who basically do drywalling, plumbing, all that stuff, and they buy houses that are shells and stuff, and they can convert that place back into a livable environment to make a profit off of it. That's an amazing skill right there to have that. And that's what's sad when you see people at the end of the day that try to take that from me. You didn't move me out of that garage at all, period. You try to call license inspection and all that stuff. I never left that place. I was still there. I was working in that place, and then when things were made right, I went and got me a place. Nice little home, front home, which you'll never see in a million years because I have evidence and proof that you guys stalked me on YouTube. So again, why would I give you that information? The judge would even look at me like I'm an idiot, like, so Mr. Bird, you had a problem with this guy stalking you. So did. Does he know where you live at now? No. I moved, no one knows my location, nothing. I kept it quiet on YouTube. I call it the home front. That's basically about it because he was stalking me. There you go. It'd have been different if I said, no, I told everybody my address. Then why are you making a complaint about cyber stalking if you're giving out your address where you're at if you had this problem? There you go. It's like somebody beating on a woman and the woman goes back to live with the man and the man continues to beat on her, but she wants to file a complaint that he's hitting on her. There you go. Same thing. So that's why you don't know where I live at. Because of the stuff that you did. So I go before a judge and explain to him about that whole cyber stalking nonsense you did. There you go. Yeah, we live in another place now. Yeah. Yeah, I was over at the garage. And I need to say it's against, yeah, I already know the policy and all, but we got another place we're at right now. And they're not going to disclose information to you. You know why? Because you're a stalker. Not even going to be on court records. It's a cybercrime. There's no information going to be on there about anything. Just basically what you were charged for and you're found guilty and whatever happened to you. That's basically it. But where whereabouts at? No, they can't do that. Because you're stalking my company, you're stalking us, stalking my family. Yeah. We're not long, so take the glue to come out of this thing. But yeah, I got my son. I built that couch. I wanted the couch. Every place I went to look for that couch, they wouldn't charge so much money. I was like, no, we can build it yourself. I got one. And since I build computers, guess what? There's a computer system in it. Even got a tray system running through it. All the arms and everything, got a laser light system in here. Same thing I got over there. The next thing I'm working on, next project I'm working over there, I'm working on my screen. I have a huge 235.1. That screen's about 9 feet tall. It's huge. Covers half the wall. So I got it so it curves. It comes out the one out underneath the walkway and comes out and connects to the other wall. So I'm using a mapping system to map one section, and I'm using the other section to basically show off movies and stuff. Multiple projector setups for it. And they're all ultra short throw because I don't want to walk apart and get blinded by a freaking projector. Yeah, that's what I'm learning. Edge bleeding, or edge blending, what they call it. Learning that. Well, you got some glue out this baby. So yeah. Alright, I'm putting way too much on that. Way too much. I need this to lay flat, so I need this to be this way, I guess. I need to lay flat. Well, let's stay flat. Let's see here. Let's just be here. All right. So this we're going to build our motherboard base right here, because right now we're just building the centerpiece for what we need. Let's start putting all that together. I'm going to pick up a nice glow-in-the-dark paint. We're going to basically glow-in-the-dark everything. Our motherboard, all that stuff's going to glow in the dark. We're going to have the other case is going to be a party case over there. So going to be a party system set up. And this one right here is going to be the fishbowl. But like I said, we can't use this because it's too wide. We need something more thin. So I told you the other boxes are about this thin, but they're about that big. And they're fantastic. But right now we're building what we need for our motherboard. Because we want the motherboard, we want the power supply, and we want the liquid cooling system hard drive to be in the center of that PC. So that way we got the whole wraparound to do whatever we want. I was thinking about that myself. Like, wait a minute, fishbowl, we have to have that PC because we need it. And then I realized, like, you know, you can build that, right? I was like, oh yeah, we could build that. That's definitely pretty easy. We definitely can build that. And he was like, what are you paying money for that for? Why? Why are you paying money for that? You can build that. And I'm like, yay! Lord gave me the blueprints, how to put it together. So now we're going to be building it. So we're going to build some part of our props here. Isn't God amazing? He's absolutely awesome, isn't he? He's absolutely awesome. I want to do a BioShock deck. Oh man, with an antique design to it. Oh, that would be sick. Definitely going to have to get some of that detailed trim to put around the corners and stuff to give it a more detailed kind of Victorian look to it, because that's what's part of the time of the Victorian look to it. Definitely going to do it that way. And we're going to have a case inside that's going to be filled with vegetable oil too also. So it looks like it's actually underwater, but it's actually encased in box. It's going to be pretty sick. All right, let me see. So we'll get this to this song stuck in my head. Does anybody know what time it is? That's a good song too, by the way. That's where music back then wasn't digitalized and all that stuff. You had people really playing instruments. You have people playing instruments today in some of the music, but back then I like it better when they didn't have all that stuff, all that technology. Classical music. I love classical music. I love classical music. Mozart, Beethoven, all of them. They have musicals up here. I'm planning to go to all of them. As many as I can get my hands on, I'm going. This one I do dress casual. We don't wear this stuff at the end of the day. We do that. We're not proper. Absolutely. Oh, proper. That's how we want to look. They'll use these as a form of clamp system. You keep them on there. But just make sure everything stays nice and tight together. Because the next thing you want is basically come back and it separates and you have this little gap in between, which you don't want. So just make sure everything stays nice and tight. Dude, but they're out already. I'm going to have to go through my business account and order, put in a huge bulk order. That's what I'm going to have to do. So next week we start showing off, getting ready to build and get ready for the new screen over there. So that nice crowd presses up real nicely. Told you put a nice little pressure on it because you have those stickers. Put a nice pressure, put a nice pressure on it. It clamps it them, so everything stays where it's supposed to stay at. There we go. So right there. That's our system right there, and we got a screwdriver to remove our motherboard out of this one. I remember the first time I was watching the cooking channel, and they would show like how to make the dish, and you would sit there and go, okay, so now they put the other one in the oven. This is only your first time watching a cooking show. You're like, man, I gotta sit here and watch that thing gets cooked. They realize they made another one already. It's already cooked, so you can eat it right away, while the other one's cooking on the show. It's like, what? We're gonna sit there and wait for that? We're pulling out our motherboard screws because the other case does have motherboard screws in it. And we're gonna build a support system for the video card that we're definitely gonna do. So we don't have that issue anymore either. Because I think I weakened the pins on my PCI Express, and that's what happened with that. That's why it was working with A flat and it wasn't working. These have to be glued in. I didn't glue these in. I just put this in for the time being to see how it would look with the screws, but the case screws are not glued in. The case posts are not glued in, not the screws. I don't glue the screws in. All right, so that's that right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this here. There. Let me see, how much room do we have before we reach? We're going to do post for this. I'm going to need another one. To get it where I want to get it at, I need a platform at the bottom, just enough to raise it up, just enough. I do want to put a platform there. The platform will make it a lot more sturdier. Oh, we do have one right here. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Don't do that. Is that make sure I get enough room for that graphic card to feed over. We're feeding this. This is going to be the bottom. This is the back end right here. It fits there. So how much room do we have between here? We use micro ITX is going to be there. So we got plenty of room for that right there and there, for that to connect there. That's not a problem. And as for this to heat here with the cooling system, that'll be right there. That'd be perfect for the duct system right there. That would connect there nice and snug. Yeah, that would definitely fit. Let me see what there. So we'll put these two together. Gotta start wearing my glasses again. Getting freaking headaches from the monitors. I'm just getting jacked up. Headaches all the time. Me dizzy. That's why I wear the yellow glasses. Yep. Yeah, got that special little. Where are my glasses at? Can I get my uncle headache come along? Just had to think. Oh, you over there. It's a treat. There you go. There you go. Oh, you're coming out. Hey, I was watching my Walk to Japan. Oh, get over here. I need that. Why couldn't you hand that to me? You're going to be struggling. I don't have posable thumbs. I can't hand it to you. Sorry, Dad. It's understandable. Well, I swear. Taco had was like a Rocket Raccoon. Can you imagine having that for a partner for building stuff at the end of the day? That'd be awesome. Like, what did we build in the day? Ooh. But he builds weapons. He builds some insane, freaking, crazy weapons. So we wouldn't be building anything normal at the end of the day. Plasma nuclear reactor disintegrator cannon. Like, what the freak, really? Like, not only does it cause a full nuclear explosion, but it actually disintegrates everything in its path, turning everything to dust, micromatter. That'd be freaking sick. That's insane right there at the end of the day. And he built all weapons. You notice it, right? Rocket built all weapons. He's a weapons expert. He built bombs and all kinds of stuff. He just built weapons. That's all he did. He's a genius. Couldn't stand when people call, oh, look at that cute doggy. Somebody just called me a dog. Oh, that was funny when people were mistaking him for a dog. Oh, little cute little doggy. Oh my goodness. It's like, what? Just call me a dog. Maybe just lose it on people. I'm calling him a dog. That's funny. That's how you would be. I wonder if you had the ability to talk, what would you talk about? Come over like, you're doing that wrong. Maybe I'm doing that wrong. Your mathematical calculations are off. You know, cats are actually, the cats know physics. They have to. So when they jump, they calculate where to jump, where to land. When they jump in there, they twist their body around. They know how to calculate. They're doing math. Remember? With the research on cats, yeah, they do math. They calculate things when they jump. How far to jump, where to land, all that stuff. They're adding all that up in their head. How else would you explain some of that crazy stuff that they do? Yeah, I looked that up. The cats know math. And they do know math. They know physics. So their math is actually smart. They're actually a little smarter than you. Because a lot of people don't do physics or even quantum physics, microphysics, trigonometry, advanced trigonometry, pi, all that crazy stuff. They don't do that stuff. They do it. If you were to jump off a roof, right? When you were to jump up in there and twist your body, what are the odds of you basically coming down on your feet? Now, of course, they're built for it anyway. But what are the odds of you landing on your feet? They're doing math as they're actually in the air and coming down to calculate how to land. And of course, they're built for it to take that absorption. So, yeah. Imagine you're working on something, he can talk. He was like, no, you're definitely off. I mean, you're not definitely, you're definitely way off. Did you add this up correctly? Why won't you do it since you're the math genius at the end of the day? I will do it. Here you go. Ta-da! Like, oh, shoot. You reckon you were right. That is amazing. That would be an awesome. Just to be me in a laboratory, me and my cat just building stuff all day long, just working together side by side. That'd be awesome. Because he'd be the same with math, doing all kinds of stuff. I can't get the time machine to work. Like it's not working. For somebody not working, he'll just go and just plug it in. Like, just remember to plug in. Like, oh, yeah, the plug. It'd be fun. Now, eventually, I could not do this with somebody else, like a woman with a high IQ or something like that. I prefer women that are smarter than me because I can learn from them. That's why I prefer it that way. They'd be much smarter than me because that way I can learn from them. I like to learn from people, but it would never work. And the reason why, because emotions would mess everything up. Yeah. Either they get emotions with you, either you get emotion with them, and it mess everything up. You can't even concentrate at the end of the day on how to get anything done because you're all wrapped up. Let's put it this way. You can be having a great job at your job, right? And just say your wife or your husband contacts you and shows a picture of her hugging another person, and what happens to your whole day? It goes down the drain, doesn't it? Unless you don't care, then you're dead inside, then you don't care. But either way, if you do, your whole entire day just goes down the drain. Everything. The food tastes bad. It could be sunny outside. It's a rainy day to you. Everything just goes down the drain. See how fast your emotions can control your life? There you go. Me, I don't have those emotions, so I'm good. That's why I don't get involved in anybody emotionally, because again, I need to be captain of my domain. Yes. And I realized that when I separated out of my relationship, it was very hard for me to go back into my shop and work and get things I had to get done, which were very, very important because my emotions were stopping me from doing it. And that's why I learned that at the end of the day, you must learn to control your emotions. But you can't do that. Once you, unless you're basically a psychopath at the end of the day, you can control it on that low, or you're just basically, like I said, completely dead inside and you have no emotion to begin with. And if that's the case, then you can't be in love. That's virtually impossible. So the trade-off for being in love is you have emotions, you will connect to that person. You definitely will. But the downside about it is you're locked in for life. And those emotions can control everything about you do for the rest of your life. And even when you separate from this person, the longer you've been married with them, they still will control you. Isn't that interesting? I find that fascinating on how the human mind works, how it basically can connect to the body. I find it interesting. That's one of the things I found interesting about the broken heart. I found it fascinating. Even though going through all that pain, the fact that you feel that much pain, but yet there's nothing wrong with you. You're not being stabbed, you're not being burned, but you feel that pain, like as if it's real. I find that fascinating. So, most people would look at it in a way like, oh, and I look at it in a way as a scientific experience that this is interesting. So once you go back to normal, you don't feel it anymore. There's nothing there, like all period. That's the best feeling in the world, to have no emotional attachments. Now, taco, on the other hand, yeah, there's certain types of emotional attachment. You can have emotional attachment to your friends and stuff like that. You're cool with that, so forth. Yeah, you're going to go through a little bit of they call it separation, anxiety, all that stuff. Yeah, but to be in love with someone, that's a different term of an emotional attachment. That causes a lot of crazy stuff for you to do a lot of crazy things. So yeah, it is interesting that something like that can cause that much trouble at the end of the day. This is why when you have people that are football players or musicians or whatever you may be at the end of the day, when the height of their career, they try to keep them away from women. They try to keep women away from men, back and forth. Not to say it's just one-sided, because again, this can basically affect their performance, especially in sports. It affect their performance big time. Because you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about this. All you're thinking about is that person, and that person lonely, and that person is stuck in your head, and you can't get them out of their head. There you go. That's why I don't go down that road. There's no way in the world I'm going to put myself in that situation ever again. Oh, heck no. What'd you do? I like my world the way it is. I get more done. Look at you, French fry head. You big old French fry. You got a head shaped like a French fry. Why is your head shaped like a French fry? My feel is what I do, it's not for everybody. It isn't. Now, I'm married to God. Yes, I am. That's my life with God. I put all God first before all this stuff right here that I do. But in relationship-wise, nah, not for me. Because at the end of the day, I like this more than being in a relationship. Because again, on top of that, I have control over my emotions. That's more power than you think at the end of the day, to have control of your emotions. And I see women at the end of the day that know that I have this control. And they try to figure ways to get close to me at the end of the day so they can control. No. Nope. Not gonna happen. And women go through the same thing. They have that control too. And sometimes men try to get close to them to get that control. You got women out there and you got men out there at the end of the day that feel that they get a person to fall in love with them, they can control, because their side of their brain, they can't attach to someone, but they can control someone through emotions. Got to worry about that type of class too also. So again, I like the fact of basically not having that problem. Having control over my emotions. That's what I found interesting about how the heart works. Basically how you could be having the best day in the world. Everything can be working out for you. Everything. And then the minute you get something like that, like a picture of her or him with somebody else, your entire world just implodes around you. Emotions control a lot. And that means you don't function the same way at work. Everything is just going right down the drain. You just can't function, can't think right, can't concentrate. It's just, all that's controlled by your emotions. So when I see a woman have a conversation with me, nice conversation, we're good and all that. But I don't get involved with that at the end of the day. What? So I can basically be sitting there emotionless and basically can't get work done. I got so much work to do. It's not even funny. Yesterday, because when the seasons change, sometimes my breathing, it triggers a little bit. My breathing trigger a little bit. So in here working, I had a trigger go off. And I'm sitting there thinking, debating whether or not I want to go to the hospital or not, because I got work to do. That's how devoted I am. When you're devoted to your work, like Da Vinci and some of those great inventors at the end of the day, William Penn, this becomes your life work. I love what I do here. You have to enjoy what you do to become your life work. But you also have to remember that do not make this your God. God is your God. This is your blessing. You have to remember that. Don't get those two mixed up. But this becomes my life work. I would rather be in here working on these cardboard setups and projection screens and working on all new technology every single day than be walking in the park with a woman. I like my life. I like my work. This is my life work. This is what I like to do. So that some people are like that, and some people feel the need that they, in order for them to feel that they basically can be accepted by society, feels they have to walk hand in hand with somebody. I don't. That's the thing. The beautiful thing about the relationship that I was in before we separated was she was a workaholic. It was perfect because she was always at work, and I can always work on stuff like this. Why do you think I got all those videos done? Every time you turn on, I was building something, putting something together. You really can't do that kind of stuff if someone's on top of you 24/7. Oh my goodness, that would just drive me insane. It really would. Now, mind you still have to go out to eat and stuff like that, which I don't mind doing. I like to go out and eat and go to places, grab stuff like that. But as soon as we got back in, she went back to work, and I went back to work and all that stuff. But to have somebody on me 24/7, just always in my face, they're calling you all the time. They want to talk about stuff. It's the same thing with the guy and the girl. I'm not trying to say women do that, men do it too. I don't have that kind of time. I'm too busy. My brain's always functioning at different levels. I just can't. It's not for me. I can't do that whole marriage and kid stuff. It's not for me. It's not my life. I like this life. This is what I like. I get to be surrounded in technology all day. This is what I like. This is my world. So when I have friends here coming in contact with me, you must be lonely. How? My brain functions on a level that yours doesn't even function on. I mean, you think my stuff just pertains to this stuff and then at the end of the day? No. I study other stuff too on top of that. I find all kinds of stuff fascinating. I'm still basically building a replica of a hydroelectric energy power station to figure out a way how to basically generate a city under the ocean. I'm actually building the prototype for it. So, my brain's someplace else. Right now, I'm taking a class on welding. My friend's helping out, working with welding. And I got another friend of mine who's actually into gardening. Man, she was really freaking good. She's teaching me how to grow flowers. So I'm learning the science behind it all. This is so much more than just taking something and just sticking in the dirt and putting seed. It's just so much more behind it. There's the science behind it. I had crack books on basically on how sunlight affects plants and different forms of potting soil and all that. So there's a lot of stuff behind that, which I didn't know. So yeah, it's interesting. Even the plants you put in the pots you put these plants in could affect the growth of this plant. It's so fascinating. So again, yeah, I'm one of those people that you see behind a book all day long. That'll be me. I did more of this stuff when I basically was out there running the streets. Maybe I would have been doing something more better. But then again, everything happened for a purpose, because if that didn't happen, probably most likely I probably wouldn't have found God. If I did, it probably would have even been even longer, because I was still in denial and all that. But anyway, we got our nice stand here built right there. This is going to be our base right here. We're going to put here. This is going to sit in the center of a PC, because we want all the parts in the center of the PC. That's how we want it. This is going to work out quite nicely. And what we're doing. And our base stand isn't going to be that wide. This is how wide it's going to be. Because the smaller it is, the more room you got to put stuff in, right? So yeah, that's for me at the end of the day. But it's not for everybody. This knife is not for everybody. All right, Taco? Right. How dare you? How dare you? I'll bite you raw. I got that samurai outfit I'm gonna get you too. That thing's freaking cool. You got a samurai outfit I'm buying for him. Yes, samurai. Taco's gonna be a samurai. So he likes to fight me all the time. He said, you battle. You battle for Hortico. Hortico. You just battle for Hortico. Wait a minute. I think we messed up. Oh yeah, we did mess up. Let me see. Can't be here. This has to be over here. Put it on the wrong side. All right, let me just go fix it, because again, it's just carver at the end of the day. All right, because this has to be here. Wait, can't we just? No, because this is the bottom half. This stands here. So the recording system's here. This would literally be upside down if you put it that way. That is definitely not going to work. Oh, no, never mind. You did have it right. Because I had the motherboard upside down. And the reason why? Because of this right here. I didn't think about that. It just dawned on me. If we're putting a PC in the center of the whatchamacallit, where are we attaching stuff at to get to this? We have to get to these right here, these peripherals, right? We have to get to that. So, if we bring this here, like this, we can actually, because the box is high, right? The box is high, about that high, a little higher by about that much. We can run extenders. Mostly everything in here is going to be wireless from the door anyway. But the stuff we have running cables from, we can have extenders that come outside the box and connect out here. So we can connect anything from here to here and still make contact with this. I can get extenders for all the USBs on here, everything. All this right here can have extenders attached to it. All those extenders can feed underneath the box and connect here. That way you won't see any wires at all, period. So it did work out well. Because if I had switched this thing around, this would have been a problem, because we'd have wires bouncing up in the air and they'd be coming down into the work. Can't do that. So we have to do it this way. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Do you see? I'm just grabbing people by the face like, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see? Do you see? Now, we have to put up high. To put up high, we have to have room for the graphic card to be able to extend itself, to extend the graphic card. That's what we have to do. So we're going to have to put a nice port here to drop our wires here. We don't want wires hanging. We need to go from here, transfer here, here, and here, hide behind the box, go underneath the case, come out the other end. This stuff never turns out to be easy, you know? And I'm back on why I'm thinking it's going to be easy built. It's never an easy build. It's always going to be complicated, and that's the best thing about it. It's when it's complicated. So we're going to build our own wire management system, all made out of cardboard. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? It's like when they did Hulk Hogan Hogan and Macho Man talking about the powers that be. The powers that be. They didn't build it. They didn't build it. There you go. All right, so that's what we're going to do with that. Because you learn stuff. You figure stuff out as you go along, people. It's a learning process. That's what it is. All right, so that's fantastic. So we can make sure that all our peripherals, put another box here to drop all those in to hide them, push everything underneath the case and put a peripheral system right there. That we can build all completely out of cardboard and design it. Now, with that one, we're going to have to bring in cutters for that because everything has to be precise and perfect for that. Can't be using trusty one for that. All right, I need a ink pen for this, so we get this over here. As I was walking down the street one day. Come on, man, get over that. Sample, slap over it. Were you open? I think you were open. Okay, you're open. All right. There we go. All right, so we need you here. This is where you're going to be at, right there. And run the wires under the case. Put our markers in for this. So we know this motherboard screws are going to be at. Oh shoot, you're way on the floor. You're good. I'm thinking you're way on the, and you're definitely on the motherboard screws here. Oh, be nice. So everything has to be right here. Where's that little screwdriver go at? Where'd that screwdriver go? Let's see. Yeah, don't see it at the end of the day. I might say, what you get involved in? For what? I got too much to do, man. There's too much stuff I want to build and design. I can't do that in that situation because I like to build. I like my free time. Oh, that's what it comes down to. I like my free time. There are literally people who have to be around other people. They have to be. They can't be alone. They virtually can't be alone. Some people can't stand it. And then there are other people that like to be alone. And the people that have to be around other people, I have friends of mine that have to be married, that have to be this, that have to be in a relationship, they have to be in order to feel that they exist. And they're like, how the freak do you do that? Like, how do you not need to have anyone around you? I said, because we're entertainment within our own mind. We just don't need that at the end of the day, you know? If you see a nice girl and you like her and she's in a book and she's not paying you any mind because she doesn't need you. She doesn't want to be bothered with it because, again, it's people like that like to be to themselves. We can go to a restaurant, sit down and eat, and be happy. We don't care about the little couples in here. We're good, 100%. Peace of mind. For us, it's different. I ain't got somebody across the table going, I'm going to sit there in my own little circle, maybe read a book, maybe read a newspaper, whatever, watch something on my phone, and not hear anyone else's voice but whatever's going on in front of me, and that's it. Only time I basically expand my mind outside that realm is when I'm around family, around my God kids. Around my God kids, this stuff don't even exist anymore. They come first. My family, that stuff doesn't exist for. God, this stuff doesn't exist. And Taco, this stuff does not exist anymore. But everybody else, I'm in that bubble. In that bubble, baby. In that bubble. In there. Building what we build. Oh my goodness, I just thought about something. How about a castle with a dragon coming out of it? That would be sick out of a PC build. That'd be amazing. Oh, we can cut all the individual parts. Oh, wait, I forgot about. We used to build that stuff a long time ago. We used to make sculptures out of this stuff. Not just boxing actual cut-out pieces and put them all together. Huh. We have to build a dragon one day. Oh, might be interesting. All right. On top of projects. Driver for this thing. Just put it in my pocket. Oh. Yeah, I know. I like the Nutty Professor when he comes to the door with the freaking spaghetti strainer on his head and all the lights all over. Man, I said, man, that's the life I want to live right there. That's a nice one of those. Let me see. I lost the screwdriver. We need that screwdriver. I need to put it somewhere weird. I know. I got to build me a cardboard box to put all my tools in. You already have to build one. Cardboard box. We got magnetic strips here. I literally could have built a cardboard box with magnetic strips with those screws and stuff in it to stick to it. All right, I'm going to get on Bob and build one of those. And meanwhile, he's over there practicing his martial arts skills to get ready to battle the evil for amongst us. All in the glory for Horticle. Horticle is his girlfriend. So if you ever watch One Piece, the girl in One Piece, I got him. I actually got it to the gaming room, and for some reason he always slept on her. He didn't sleep on any other character. I thought that's his girlfriend right there. So we call her Horticle. Taco is a legendary warrior. They say he runs with the speed of 1,000 Taco Kikis. Yes, the speed of 1,000 Taco Kikis. Look at him. He's doing battle. Oh, I see you. What you doing? Doing battle? All right. That's what it is. Weird. It's funny. What you doing? Doing battle around. I swear it reminds me of Rick James came back as a cat. What you doing? Oh, around. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if Rick James, if reincarnation was real and Rick James came back as a cat? That would be freaking hilarious. Hello, around. Enjoy yourself. I'm Cat James. Who are you? I'm Cat. We'll be visiting you for then today we'll find out this server. We got something special in here for something. So that way we can find out stuff. This building and stuff, the internet it sits on, 3 of the people in here work for the FBI. So these servers in here are interesting because we have people who work on special projects. I'm not the only one in here, keep in mind. So if you tamper with any of the connections in here, the FBI up the street, all this stuff is linked in. It's all coded. So you might have some government agencies pop up on your front door. I'm in an office building, idiots. That's what you have to understand. The servers in here are different. And it's like all server. No, we have government agencies that work in this building. There are FBI agents that work in here. There are officers in here. There's lawyers are in this building. So if you hit one of these servers in here, they're going to figure out exactly where you're at. Stupid. Oh well. And please don't get it in your head that you're that good, because again, everybody gets caught. But yeah, so you know that. I don't tell you everything because I'm hoping you would do something stupid so that way we can get you in a courtroom. Yeah, I'm not at home. We're in an office building. Our FBI is like literally not that far. We have 2 sets of FBI agencies down here. We have one over by the airport and there's another one downtown. And this building right here, there are agents that work in this building because they have offices in here. So basically, if I have a problem with you, I can just walk it over there. So if you hit anything in here, at the end of the day, they'll find you. Because this is a main hub for basically their agents to go to for basically certain applications for basically field officers that are basically going to be going in the field pretty soon, and it's for basically for applications and stuff like that. So you hit sensitive government documents that again will have somebody or Homeland Security at your front door. That's why I chose this building. So good luck on that, Skippy. You see a mini tank roll up on your front lawn and somebody like Call of Duty is about to raid your front door, you know exactly what you got yourself in. By the way, how you doing? Yeah, I don't tell you all that stuff. Why would I tell you that stuff from the door? I'm hoping you would do something stupid, so later on you'll find out. Yep. And all this will fall back on Mr. Fernando. Because there should be more charges. You do not want criminal charges involving people you may have hired to do things that they shouldn't be doing and Homeland Security find out that you had a building that basically has sensitive FBI documents sitting on the inside of it. Do you really want that problem at the end of the day? Because you can get that. Idiot. You're such an idiot. He never learns anything at all whatsoever. He never learns anything. Where the heck is my tiny screwdriver? Let's see. Tiny screwdriver. I nearly lost this thing. Oh, there it is the whole entire time. That's why we lose this thing. This is how small it is. I'm gonna put this in the trash. Yeah, you'll find out. Now, you see how that other place got his place ready for Homeland Security? They don't play around, do they? No. Call of Duty 6 will come to life faster than you think. Yeah, that's why I chose this building. Because what's in it, that's why. It's a different type of building. All right, let me see. I think we'll drop them here. I gotta stand up for this one, see what these are at. Because you're mad at the end of the day. No, I explained to you, I can't explain to you enough. Number one, you can't do anything. I'm protected by God. Number two, you'll be seeked out and found. Again, how are you going to hide from God at the end of the day? You can't hide from God. That's the problem with people at the end of the day. They really believe that the devil tells them that they're going to get away with stuff, and they never do. I told myself that for the longest time when I was up there running those streets. Someone's going to catch me. It's virtually impossible. I got too much family, too much connections. Ain't nobody going to even think about snitching on me. It happened. Yep. So don't ever believe that. If you're sitting in that holding cell, you're going to meet a lot of people in there that literally thought that they were going to get away with it and never did and didn't get away with it. You're going to join the group of, I thought I got away with it. Yep. You're going to hear all kinds of stories from other inmates. They're going to tell you that I thought I was going to get away with it, and they didn't. Everybody gets caught. Everybody. You got people that I watched on cam videos that people have evaded police for 30 years. Got evaded police for 30 years. 30 years. And he messed up. He basically got pulled over with a broken taillight. And that's how they found out he was wanted for 30 years for murder. It's the smallest stuff that will get you caught. The smallest stuff. There was a guy who was a war criminal. And basically he decided to hop over try to climb over a subway. What do you call it? The thing that you pass. I can't think of it. We tried to climb over it, but anyway, long story short, he got stuck. And it found out that they couldn't find anything on him. No information. There's nothing on him because he was a wanted war criminal from Germany. Can you imagine that? So sometimes they come over here, they committed these crimes, and they're easy to be under the radar. The turnstile, he got stuck in the turnstile. That's what happened. You don't get away with stuff ever. It doesn't work that way. And like I said, there's two places you got to pay for your sins. You're going to pay for here on the earth, which is the better place to pay for, because at least over here you got a chance to get forgiveness and get saved, or in the next world where you won't. So you're going to pay for either way. You don't get away with nothing. Nobody gets away with anything. Nobody. It's virtually impossible. You have to pay the toll. Everybody pays for it. Say a person killed somebody, say they never got caught, and say basically they die of old age, right? They still pay for it. They got to go to the next life. You still got to pay for it. Except over there, and they think they got away with it. Like, yeah, I killed somebody, I got away with it. No one caught me. I can't believe I got away with it. And then they wake up in the next life, and it's far worse over there, because there is judgment in that place over there. They're going to burn in the lake of fire with Lucifer forever, which is far worse. It'd have been better if they got caught here in this world and basically had a chance to get forgiveness from God and get their life together and basically find the Lord, and hopefully in that process find Jesus and basically be ready for the next world. But no, those are the ones that get it the worst. The ones that actually really believe that they got away with it when they actually never have. You got to answer for it. So explain something to you, there's no way you will ever get away with it. You're going to pay for it here, or you'll pay for it over there. Better you pay for it here. See? Nobody escaped that. People never think about that. I didn't even think about that when I was out there doing dumb stuff. I didn't think about that. I literally thought that. I was like, man, nobody gonna say anything. Nobody gonna snitch on me. Shoot. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Yeah, somebody did snitch on me. Yeah, I did get locked up. So the thing about it is, it was a good thing. Good thing everything happened that way. Because again, I got a chance to get saved while I was in there. And then when I got out, I'm ready for the next life. So you pay for it either way. Nobody gets away with nothing on the earth. You don't. You got people that are sentenced to death, and the first thing they'll say is, well, I got away with it. Because at the end of the day, you will never get your peace of mind, because I will never tell you where such and so is buried. And they figure they got the last laugh until you wake up on the other side and something there is waiting for you, and you don't want to be anywhere near it. Oh, period. But it's coming near you. You didn't get away. You don't get away with anything. Nope. You gotta pay for everything. So many different ways you'll pay for it. You know, either that or basically life catches up to you too. And you don't want life catching up to you. You're young, you do destructive stuff. You don't want life catching up to you when you have kids and have a family and everything that's come together for you. That's what you had to work to get. The family, the kids, the whole 9 yards, what most people want. That's what you had to work to get. And that's when things come to get you. Like your health will come to get you. And you spend your time as a youth abusing your body, smoking, drinking, carrying on. And one day you're out there mowing your lawn and your chest doesn't feel right. Or you're getting dizzy, your legs don't work right. Something's wrong there. That's when your body comes back to get you. I talked about that one time with a former psych. Yeah, that's when you get the body. You're not older people know what I'm talking about. That's when your body comes back for you. Did a lot of stunts and sports and stuff. You broke a lot of bones and stuff like that. Your body comes back to pay you back for it. Like, hey, you remember that time you jumped off that roof in college? Yeah, but guess what? Today your back doesn't work anymore. You're going to be in extreme pain all day long. You're not even going to be able to sneeze without crying. Yeah, your body comes back to get you. Oh, remember all that smoking you did? Yeah, I carried on everything. Hello, my name is lung disease. I'm going to plague the rest of your life from here on in. That's when it comes back to get you. The investment, what you put in is what you get out of it. Now, some people are extremely lucky. I knew people that smoked every freaking day. Like, they were literally freaking chimneys. Never caught cancer, ever. I don't know, period. Not a thing, nothing. But those are extremely rare. That's extremely rare. I had a neighbor like that. They freaking drank and smoked every freaking day. You know what's people that basically hold a cigarette like this and they hold the glass at the same time? I don't know how they do that. And they drink and smoke at the same time. Kramer did. And you're like, what the freak? Like, you're drinking and smoking at the same time. Yeah. And didn't die. Died of old age. Literally. That woman died of old age. I thought that was like... But there's very few people that can do that. George Burns, he smoked cigars all the time. He lived to be 90 years old. So it's not some people have and some people don't. But majority, most of the time, you're going to pay for it. And people say, yeah, remember in college I played football. Well, you're going to do that anyway, have fun, play football. But still, it's going to plague you later on. Yeah, some old knee problems, acts up from time to time. Yeah, came from falling off this motorcycle. Yeah, it just never worked right. You get what you pay for, everything you got to pay for. You got to pay for everything in life. I had a friend of mine who basically, like I said, he was a stick-up kid. Went around sticking people up. That's what he did. And he got shot in his 40s. He got, late 40s, he got shot. Right in his hip. And the guy got into a struggle over the gun. He shot him right in his hip. And he was an OG. Heavily connected. A lot of people know a lot of people. Everybody knew who he was. If you were asking, like, who was it? Who was it? Where they live at? So and so and so. They was going to go out and get these people. And he was like, no. It's good. Leave it alone. He was in a car one time. I was like, why you leave it alone? You ain't going to do anything about it. He said, no. You don't understand. You don't know much about my past. It's I used to be a stick-up kid when I was coming up. And I robbed a lot of people. And I figured this is life getting itself back. Better it happened to me than one of my family members. That's how people feel. That's it's true. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how interesting that pops up. So one way or another, you're going to have to pay the piper. All right, I like the motherboard here. Graphic cards going to have enough to drop off here. Liquid cooling system, which we're going to have right here. Yeah. You got to pay one way or another. That's why I think about all those people who basically probably never got saved. Ended up passing off this earth. The place they woke up in. It's pretty sad. There we go. I would talk about this on my channel because, again, you know, there's a such thing called lazy Christians. So, lazy Christians is the person who doesn't talk about the Lord. You know, it's like taking a lamp and putting a cover over top of it. They don't talk about the Lord at all, period. They don't bring it up or nothing whatsoever. You're supposed to. You're supposed to talk about the Lord. You're supposed to preach and let people know. Because, you know, when you see that person out on the corner out there calling out to you, preaching on that corner, you see him out there sometimes out there calling out to you, giving you pamphlets, stuff like that, letting you know that God's coming. And you don't want to get caught in that situation. And they're warning you. I remember ignoring that for the longest time. Ignoring it, go up there, dress up in my new gear, jump on the sub, get him out there on the microphone, calling up to people, calling. Give me a God Love You track, I promo it up, throw it in my pocket. That's right on the border of that bird. That is right getting on the border. I don't want to be that close to the border. I gotta cut into that. That's gonna make it a headache. Get it right in the center, bird. Right in the center. Yeah, I remember getting them God Love You tracks and crumbling them up, throw them in the trash. Now when I see him out there, I go get one of those tracks and go talk to him while I'm out there. I used to be that guy across the street, just like all these people. I used to be just like you, ignoring God's calling. It says in Revelations that it is going to be so horrible that people are going to pray for the mountains to collapse on them and kill them because of what's going to happen. You can't die. You can't die. You can't escape it. Not even in your graves you won't escape it. Even the very dead will be brought up for Judgment Day. You can't escape it. And they say, what's going to happen? It's going to be so horrible. People are going to pray for the Lord to have mercy on them and have the mountains come down on top of them to kill them. Imagine that kind of destruction and what's going to go on. And that's why I said you got to be ready, because you never know. The Lord's going to come back. Got to be caught sinning. You don't want to get caught up in that. None of that. End of the day. If anything, you're going to be part of the rapture. You know, my mom is not going to be part of the rapture. She's already there. Yep. She's already there. She won't see any of that. And people that are caught up in the rapture, God's people, they won't see the destruction that's coming, because we'll be caught up ahead of time. And everybody else didn't get caught up. You'll be here for judgment. You'll be here for the revelations. The things that they described in Revelations are unreal. It's insane what they are. A crazy thing. I mean, things that you read it, I would suggest you seriously just read the Bible first before going into Revelations, because Revelation scared the daylights out of you. It will scare the daylights out of you. But some people become saved because of Revelation, because they don't want to face what's coming. But if you do it that way, then you're not really respecting God at the end of the day. If you're doing it for that, you should want to get saved because Jesus came to earth and hung himself on the cross for you so you can have everlasting life. Could you do that? Could you do this for a complete stranger you don't even know? Let someone torment you, beat you, spit on you, drive nails through your hands and through your legs, put you on a piece of wood and let your flesh tear for people you don't even know? Could you do that? Jesus did it for you. You didn't even know who you are. And he did it for you. He did it for people that he knew that would deny him. Curse his name. He did it for you. That shows you how much love God has for you. That just shows you right there how much love God has for you. Yep. So when I was out there in the streets doing dumb stuff, Jesus hung on the cross for me. When I was out there doing all those dumb things, Jesus hung on the cross for me. Yep. When I was out there carrying on and doing my thing, he died for me. That's extremely dangerous what I just did. You never do that. I owe him everything. I owe him my life, everything. Can I pay it back? No. There's no way I can pay it back. It's virtually impossible. Because now I'm a cursed sinner. At the end of the day, my body's cursed. No matter what I do, I'm cursed. That's it. That's what Christians realized as they try to pay back that debt, that they can't pay it back. That your body's cursed. You're in a body that doesn't have the ability to pay him back. When you die and you enter into the kingdom of heaven and you get that celestial body that will allow you to be able to serve him 100%, that's the best thing in the world. Yep. We are out of labels, man. I need a label for this right here. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll go get some more labels. We'll get more labels. We'll get some labels right there. We'll get some labels. We'll go back like need more labels. All right, let me see. So, yep. That is a beautiful thing when you can pay him back for all that he has done for you. I got a fan here. Make sure you got this right because again, yeah, it's here. No. It's here. It's definitely here. It's here. You ain't about to mix me up again. It's here. All right. Because everything comes out this way. It comes out here from here. Because you're going to put the system here. This is where I should lay here on top of that. The box is where that goes there. So that's where it has to go there. From there to there. All right. And it goes here. That's everything through here. The cables and wires through there. All right. So we're going to do a duct system that shifts. And there, we'll do it here. All right. So here's here. Here. Okay, cool. All right. Now, where do we get that? Oh, there we go. Looking for that right there. Like I said, I have no hatred for people. I don't give the devil that satisfaction. I've been down that road. I did that one already. That demon filled me up with so much hatred toward people. And the things he would tell you why he fills you with that hatred. I said Satan is the prince of the air. Yep. When there are wars going on, the devil's there. All types of demons are there. Watching man destroyed each other. Now, there's a difference between a holy war and wars now we have today. Those armies went out with God. soldier in the military, I got Christian soldiers in my family. Even though it says thou shalt not kill, they had to kill. You had armies in the Bible. David was an amazing warrior. There's an exception sometimes for that. But if you're just going out and killing somebody for the sake of killing somebody, that's a sin. Because sometimes you get people in the military, they're Christians, and they're conflicted by that law that you can't kill. Some of them come out and they realize that they were just machines, a cog in a machine, part of a plan that they didn't want to become a part of, or found that they were part of, and found that they murdered for capital play. I have some of those in my family. They don't talk to anybody. They don't communicate with anybody. They stay within their own world, away from the world. They can't. Because then you realize, in the day that they figured out that, I'm not speaking for everybody in the military, I'm just speaking for my family, isn't it? They figured that in the end, you go in and you do all what they tell you to do, but then you figure out that later on, it's all more for capital and it's for money. Now, if you have, like Germany, Nazi Germany, it was trying to take over. You can't really call it Nazi Germany. It'd be the Nazis. I don't know why they add Germany, because everybody in Germany is a Nazi. Why would you say it that way? But anyway, in Germany, we had the Nazi, they call it the war machine. That was a purpose to go to war. I mean, Adolf Hitler was literally trying to take over the entire world. So that's something you had to go in and do. You know what I mean? And there's certain wars you have to do. But sometimes some of these wars can be about money. It can be about control. It can be about power. It can be about a lot of things. And what can you do? You can't do anything about that as a soldier. You got to follow command. You don't have a choice. Whether you like it or not. You sign up with discharge, you know what I mean? They're going to wreck you when you're going out, you know what I mean? They're going to give you nothing at all, period. If you get hurt, they're just going to trash you and throw you to the side. You don't have a choice. You have to do what they tell you to do. Because you got a contract. So you don't have a choice. And the sad thing about it is the ones that go in and serve and they come out, they're not even treated rightly. Because a lot of them don't even get their benefits, what they should be getting. They should be getting the benefits and some. But, yeah, anytime you got to go to court to fight for your benefits and you're a soldier at the end of the day, that is just jacked up. And the same thing about people who fought in Vietnam. They treated them horribly. Horribly. They didn't make that decision. They didn't make that war. They were sent over and they told them to do this, that, and the other, and that's what they had to do. Because they were in the service. And they were treated horrible. I think the vets got it the worst. I really do believe that they got it the worst. At that particular time, they disrespected those people. They thought they were baby murderers and all that stuff at the end of the day. It wasn't their war. They just got tossed into it, and they got hit with the blame with it all. Anybody goes into the service should basically get more than what they deserve. Because they did something that most people wouldn't even be able to do. So they deserve more. But yeah, my niece went in and she fought. She's a black ops. She's special forces. She found out a lot of stuff about what she was doing and what she was in there for that changed her whole life. She really ain't a big fan of it all. When you find out what you're really over there fighting for, then you go like, we're fighting for what again? Really? That's what we're fought for. So pretty much at the end of the day, they've made me an assassin at the end of the day. That's insane. Now, if you got somebody over there that's going to be weaponizing nuclear warheads and something like that, something crazy that could threaten the lives of a lot of people, yeah, it's necessary for somebody to go over there and stop that nonsense. But Other than that, for money and power, for oil and stuff like that, yeah. Yeah. Oh, funny. Everything. All the fighting done through history. Some of the stuff had to be done. But all that fighting, all those lives lost. That's why I said, man, video games would be fantastic for that instead of war. It'd be fantastic. We just have games. That's all we do. We play video games. Whoever wins, they just win territory rights. There be rules and regulations about what they can't do when they have territory rights. So you can't have a lot of nonsense going on because they win at the end of the day. But I think, yeah, that's what they should do. Bring in video games. Because again, there's no casualties. Just losers. Losers and winners. That's it. And the people who will be getting recruited are gamers. Gamers would definitely get recruited for that. You're like insanely and freaking Call of Duty. You have this insane skill level. You'll be getting recruited to the military. They're ready to play games. And probably some of the most high tech stuff you've ever seen in your entire life. If you're interested, they get it virtual. That'd be even funner. Because on top of that, you strap on glasses, you can walk into a virtual world. I think that'd be pretty cool. And think about, at the end of the day, all the money you could save in weapons. All the money that could go back to the people at the end of the day. All the money you could pour back into the institution. But again, remember, people will do dumb stuff. And I hate to say this because this will even violate me at the end of the day. If I say what they pass a law where you can't have firearms. But then again, that violates me because I own firearms at the end of the day. And I like going to the shooting range. So I don't know how that works too well. Because I like firearms myself. I have firearms. I like to go to the shooting range. All right, then. We got a little stand here as we're building to putting this thing together and having a little chat. We're chatting, talking about current events and other things while we're putting all this together. Because I think that's my thing at the end of the day. Talking about other things while we put things together. Anyway, yeah. That's just my side on the other thing. I think really we should do gaming for wars. We should do that. I think for elections, oh my goodness, that'd be so much fun. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I would literally watch that because that'd be interesting. Or even having played video games, that'd be fun as I don't know what to watch. And just whoever loses, then you know what I mean. Just come back in 4 more years and try to win again. That's what it is. You know what I mean? That would be freaking hilarious. You know how much money they would save on campaigns and stuff? Well, okay, they still have to do the campaigns, but the campaigns would be fun as I don't know what to watch. You know, you had this one guy over here talking about, I'm the best at Mortal Kombat or whatever, race or whatever game it is at the end of the day. And the other guy would be talking about bragging back and forth, little bragging rights on who's better than this. And you watch them training on the campaign and be playing video games and bringing their coaches. Like they'll be like regular gamers to help them game because they're older at the end of the day. Oh, that would be freaking hilarious. You could literally, people would pay to watch that. So not only you could make money to get back or whatever you could do at the end of the day to help stimulate the economy. Seminaries, we got plenty of jobs out there. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. This would be entertaining. I would literally watch the freaking campaigns on my whatchamacallit, who's fighting who and what game they're playing. That'd be insane. That'd be beautiful. I would love it. I would love it. There'd be no more slandering or anything. Because there would be slandering. There'd be bragging going on, which would still be funny. He calls himself the champion Mario Kart. Look at that score. Unbelievable. Is this what you want for a president? I would love to see that. I think that would be awesome. Let them play video games. Put them in Fortnite. That'd be it. I'm not good at Fortnite, by the way, but put them in Fortnite. That'd be hilarious. I would actually watch that. And of course, they'd have to be trained because, you know, they're older guys in the day. Not going to know much about Fortnite. They're going to have to bring in some young people to come in there and try to train them, you know, get them ready for the match and everything. I think that would be freaking hilarious at the end of the day. And I don't think it should be a 4-term. I think it should be a 2-year term. Because, you know, I'm going to wait 4 years to see another match. I'm going to wait to see it in 2 years. Or maybe you get the whole year. I think that should be it. That way, if they get a year, that means they'll have to do more for everybody because they only have a year to get it done. Which means they'll work twice as hard because they got a deadline coming up. And I think if they're able to complete like their campaign promises of what they say they're going to do, then they get perks for their gaming for the next round. Like if we're doing Call of Duty and, you know, you did a certain amount of things to help out the people and did this for better schools and so and so and so forth, you get perks. So you get drones. Stuff like that. Yeah, or probably get like a 2-point lead, something like that. Something like that. I think that'd be fun. But people rather just do other crazy stuff at the end of the day. I think that'd be hilarious. And I think on top of that too, it's not making a joke out of our system at the end of the day. It's basically would be fun to watch. And then on top of that, and if they only had a 1 year term, they would have to get so much done, which means they couldn't slack. They really would have to get some work done. They would work twice as hard. And if they're able to complete any of these tasks, which they have on their list, this would add perks to the next round of gaming for the state president, which would be every year, which would be amazing to watch. And think about how many people would log in to watch this, which means they'll make money out of this. Because I would log in, definitely watch that. I think that would be amazing. If we did wars that way, yeah, how much money they spend on weapons, on tanks and all that? We're needing that stuff at all, period. Because they would play by basically rules on basically who would win. And I think they should do it through virtual reality. That would be freaking sick. We got that technology. We just can't afford it. They got it, but we don't have it. They got training simulators. So they put that in a training simulator where they fight, and basically they're doing all VR. Oh man, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. You have people dying to freaking come in and sign up for to become in the military. Like, what? You do VR? Are you kidding me? Heck yeah, you'd be in there. Have the whole freaking thing. America versus Korea. Let's get it on. And you have people suiting up and everything, putting their armor on and stuff, and you can't die. You can't die. It's all virtual. You can't die. You go down, the tag comes up, shows you you were taken out, and you go sit down. See you another day. That would be sick. I would watch that. And those rules come in place, and you basically they have only certain things that they can do within those rules, because you don't want people coming in enslaving people and all that. You don't want that going on. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty interesting. Man, they'd be training the best of the best gamers, man. Virtual war, Uncle Sam wants you. And there'd be no fear dying, because again, you're like, yeah. And you would get high ranks. You would get, at the end of the day, high ranks, you know what I mean? You would get medals and all that stuff. Then same thing, except for no one dies. No innocent civilians, no babies, no dogs, no cats, no old people, no one being murdered, no entire cities being wiped out, none of that. This would be more civilized. And then, like I said, and on millions of dollars for all these weapons at the end of the day could be towards something else, to better schools, help people with college loans, better housing, much better jobs, which we have good jobs now, but I mean much better jobs today. I mean really serious better jobs, give people better grants. Okay, there's so much you can do with all that money. See, better hospitals, more research for different diseases and stuff that we had that play there. There's so much that can be done with all that military money. And you really couldn't do much to start a war, because again, part of that whole thing is you would have to give up all firepower, which means you would have to give up everything, because you wouldn't need it. It wouldn't be necessary if we did it that way. No one would have any tanks or war missiles or anything. They wouldn't have it. It's going to be impossible to invade a country if you don't have weapons. Not on that caliber. I'm talking about still people are going to have guns and stuff like that, but I mean on that caliber where you have military weapons on that massive scale, you wouldn't have that. You can't go over and start a war in a country if you don't have tanks and planes and bombs and all the stuff you need to get it started. You don't have all that. That's not going to work. So again, all that's gone. Everything is based on now VR war. You have to make these arenas big. They have to be open, which means a lot of jumping, climbing, stuff like that. That'd be freaking amazing. I think that'd be pretty cool. You're not invading anyone's country because you're on their side and that side. And afterwards, you'd have to have these huge meetings, what they would have at the end, break everything down. So we're going to like the whole thing they have with the union and all that stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be a cool idea. But, that's not going to happen in my timeline. I won't be here. But anyway, if it does happen, it'd be pretty cool. But I'm more interested in basically building a city under the ocean, which again, I don't see why we haven't done that one yet. Still don't figure out why we have not put a city under the ocean. I don't know why. I think it's definitely possible. That's why I'm building that simulator. I'm building one. I'm building something that allows to see that you can basically. Oh, we got 2 boxes right here. Well, I didn't think we had 2 boxes right here. That we can basically live under the ocean, and we can. My friend of mine was like, where would we get the structure to do this? You have the structure. Every time you go to SeaWorld, you're staring right at it. Too much water's inside those huge tanks that carry whales in there. Whale is, and there's multiple whales. They even push against the glass sometimes. So with that being said, if that structure is to hold all that water, including those big animals in there, it's easy. You would just do it the other way around. You would just flip it over. Now, keep in mind, under a jar, you'd have to have some kind of ventilation system in there, and you'd have to have power. You got power around you. You have the ocean all around you. Easy to do that one right there. You can solar power it if you want, but again, you got all that water that can turn into hydroelectric energy that can power generators that would pretty much, or turbine engines that would pretty much take water out of the ocean, bring it down, hit the turbine engines, push it right back out. And they can operate independently on their own because they're using the power source that's around them to operate the pumping station to push it out. Which means if a power outage happens, it's not going to happen because you have a constant flow of water that's channeling energy. So that's not going to happen. As for keeping the system nice and cool down there, we're putting in air ventilation. It works just like an air conditioner unit. You can have the pipes going underwater and going right back up to a system into a building that's designed to generate that cool air right through that whole entire area. As long as those jokers don't get greedy and start charging you for air, which would actually be part of the first rules, that they can't charge for that. It's against the law to charge for air. So again, easy to do. Could have been living on the ocean. We have the technology. We can basically build a space station in outer space. I think we should be able to do that one. Again, I don't believe the moon landing was real, but I do know we have a space station up there. So, with that being said, it is possible to live under the ocean. And I think it'd be pretty cool. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. That'd be amazing. And for people saying, what about sea? There isn't. If there is a type of sea monster, and a sea monster just be some roach creature that you just never seen before, that's technically a sea monster. That's all it is. Something you've never seen before. That's all it is. You know, it's just a very large creature. If there was anything that big in the ocean, number one, it'd be a shortage on fish. That'd be the first red flag. Huge shortage on fish, whales washing up shore, have eaten a lot of them. I'm not just talking about 1 or 2, maybe a shark hit it maybe. I'm talking about a lot of whales popping up, pieces of them, sharks, stuff like that. You could see stuff like that all the time. Another issue too is all those scuba divers that are in the water, people are swimming at the end of the day, there would be no fish in the ocean. The reason why, because they would sense something much larger around them and they would go. Just like if you're in the woods and all of a sudden everything gets nice and quiet, you don't hear no birds, you don't see no animals, something bigger is coming. And if you turn around and all these animals are running in a different direction, it doesn't make a difference if it's bears, moose, whatever, I don't care what it is. Animals that usually hunt and kill each other and they're not killing each other and they're running in a different direction, you better start running with them. Because chances are whatever's behind them, it's got to be something horrifying. So that's how you would know if something big was actually someplace in an environment where you're at. If you're in the ocean and there's nothing there, like nothing down there with you, something bigger is coming. Because animals can sense that. Watch a dog get up and start carrying on and acting up. And all takes off running. You can't figure out why your dog takes off running. And you turn around, you got this freaking tidal wave coming out not big enough to blot out the sun because they know they can pick it up. So again, since they know that if you're out in the ocean and all of a sudden everything disappears, yeah, something big is coming. And since no one has witnessed that one yet, I believe there are larger creatures. I think you just be in the farther depths of the ocean. That's where they're at. So if anyone did come up, again, especially like giant squids exist. Yeah, you could just, even when giant squids come up, animals don't disappear. They don't go run. There's a giant squid. That shark they got called Deep Blue, that shark's like 25 feet long, that giant shark. You don't see fish disappear because they're familiar with it. They know it's a shark. But if something came up that they're not familiar with, they don't know what it is, they're going to be spooked, they're going to take off. So yeah, you can live on the ocean. Some giant sea. Somebody said, "What about giant sea monster?" Yeah, we would have seen all kinds of evidence on that one. Remember in the story Godzilla? Remember every time that thing popped up, like the fish would just disappear. There'd be a bunch of seagulls around it all the time. And you remember they were finding a shortage of fish, like they couldn't figure out why they were having such a massive shortage of fish because he was eating it. He was sleeping all that time and woke up. Yeah, the ecosystem would just alter and change because there'd be stuff missing. Like, what the heck? Why we wake up one day and there's a news report about how there's 10 whales that are half eaten up on the beach. Then you'd be concerned that there's something in the ocean that's eating the whales. And whales are big. They're big creatures. So what's big enough to take a bite into a side of a whale, pretty much sever it in half with teeth marks? And they can tell that when they basically do an autopsy on the animal, that whatever severed this thing in half, they bit it in half. And then you have something to be concerned about what's in the ocean. But until then, you haven't seen anything like that, right? So guess what? So there you go. You can go out there, build your ocean, the sea. That'll be awesome. Get yourself some Big Daddy toys, and I love that. Imagine playing BioShock while you're under the ocean. Oh, that would be amazing. My basin right now. We'll put our basin. We gotta have some more. I'm sure I put more of these stuff. That's gonna be insane. I think that would be amazing. Are we gonna show some screens today? Yeah, we're gonna show some screens, but first I'm gonna get some of this stuff done. I got some stuff coming in pretty soon. This is already prepped and done. So that's already ready to go, so I'm good with that. I just want to get some of these done because I got parts coming in and I want to be able to paint my stuff and get it assembled and ready to go. So that's why I'm getting all this stuff done now. That's why we're doing all this, getting this all the way done now. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. As long as some rich tycoon doesn't get a hold of it and mess it up for everybody, you know? That's the whole thing I think I found interesting. Not only the fact that in BioShock that he tried to build this Newtopia under the ocean, but everything he tried to keep it from becoming, it became. Like he wanted no more crime, he wanted no more disease, he wanted nothing. Like he wanted this perfect world. And then they got into that genetic gene slicing to give people special powers. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, yeah, I think I got mad when he went down there. But yeah, he tried to make a superhuman race, and it didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. People became deformed, they had all kinds of problems. They had these things called slicers and that nonsense. And then, yeah, that stuff called Adam and all that stuff. So everything went haywire in there. And then, of course, you attract organized crime because, again, if you don't have to worry about police, and this is you can do whatever you want down there. Organized crime went rampant down there, and at that particular time, you had a lot of alcohol and stuff on tables and stuff. Of course, around the area around Prohibition. So yeah, people down there running gambling, all kinds. You find all kinds of back speakeasies down there where people were gambling and carrying on and prostitution, the whole 9 yards. So everything that he was trying to avoid actually happened. And then with that whole gene slicing nonsense, trying to give people special powers, yeah, that went definitely haywire. Made people go mad. They went crazy and started killing each other. That's literally what happened down there. They murdered each other down there. So that's what you kind of walk into when you go down there. But the funny thing about it is, what I found interesting about BioShock was your plane never crashed. You never walked into that lighthouse. You were there the entire time. You were brainwashed. Which when I found out about that, I was like, oh. So all that never happened. And all that. You were there the entire time. You're one of the experiments. That's what I loved about BioShock. That's a really good game right there. They're gonna make another one. But I think this time if you make it in the ocean, make it so you can leave the capsule and you can basically put on super gear and you can swim to different areas. And please put jacked up stuff in the ocean. Really jacked up stuff like giant squids, sharks, stuff like that. And hopefully maybe a sea monster would be cool. That'd be nice. Something that taunts you through the whole game and messes with you that eventually you're gonna have to face.
You know, you're trying to go through one area and it comes by and rips up half of that area and basically it's water flushing in. You got to basically fight to just get to the door and shut it. That'd be insane. Being installed by a sea monster. That'd be awesome.
Let me see if I got any more of these in here. I got some more. They gave me a whole bunch of them. I couldn't went through all of them that quick. If I did go through all of them that quick. Oh, this is the art exhibit one too. That's a good art exhibit. I like that art exhibit. That's a great one. I gotta get back to the art museum. I haven't been to the art museum in a while. Checking any new artwork. And I know they got some new pieces in there that I haven't had a chance to see yet. I think I'm gonna take some time out this week. I'm gonna go to the art museum and check out what they got down there. The holiday season, they gotta have something beautiful. I should have went there for the fall. For the fall, they always show some beautiful artwork in there. Oh, this is the artwork that I designed for the retro green box. That's the artwork I designed for it. Still going to use that for something. All right, I definitely have to get more of those together. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. I'm going to the jungle, nuclear jungle. Still going to do it. Just going to build a bigger case for it, and we're going to build a wraparound case, PC parts in the middle. That's what I want to do. So that way I got more room to design, more stuff in the case. And again, I'm going to tally up what my cost is going to be, what I'm going to be paying for my setup. Of course, with the PC we built behind us, all the boxes and everything are free. We had the tubes and stuff, and all the parts that here we have are free anyway. So we got all the parts to build that one over there, basically from just parts we had laying around here. So pretty much the glue cost me $1. So $1. That's pretty much it. What it cost me to put the case together is just $1. All those parts I just had laying around here. The boxes were free. Labels we put on it to steal some of it were free. So yeah. Now once you paint this, it hardens. It becomes like a rock. So yeah, just like over here, that sculpture design over there, yeah, that became like a solid rock because of the paint. But yeah, $1. So once we get the switch, now we're just going to build a nice PC case. Most of the PC case you're going to get in a bare bone kit, you want to get the power supply. In the case, power supply, that's it. So we put a power supply in there, roughly a power supply. We pay maybe $47. The highest we pay is $47 for power supply, and the switches, they're basically about $6. So again, $50 altogether for the $50 for the power supply. That's the tax and all about the delivery. About $50 for that, and then $6 for the switch. That's $56, and then $1, which costs us for the glue to put everything together. Yeah. About $57. That's it. That whole case costs $57. That's it. If you want it for the power supply and everything, it'd be $1. But you're gonna need switches because it's not going to be a case without a power supply and switch. Now, if you're going to do like you don't have any power supply and just the switches, some places don't. I forgot about that. The bare bones come with the power supplies. Regular cases don't come with the power supply. You have to buy them. So if you're doing like a bare bone kit, will come most likely with the power supply. Sometimes it'll come with the motherboard, but most likely it just comes with the power supply only. So we're talking about a bare bone kit. So a basic case does not come with a power supply. It'll just come with switch. Switch to switch. We need to turn it on. So altogether with the switch, $6, and the glue, $7. So that's what that cost me. $7 to do to put together. Now that's just a structure. Paint on the other hand is another story. But it depends how you want to paint it. You want to paint it all black, do it like paint it all white, do it that way. You know, it's up to you. That's pretty much it. But we're gonna color this up pretty nice, put the lights all over it and all that stuff like that. So it's gonna be a little bit more interesting than that. But I think I'm gonna do all the cases in black, and then I can basically color and design the way I want to. Because that black basically hardens the case real nicely. Or anything will harden the case, but I think we'll put them all in black, and then we can color them the way we want. All right,
So we don't have, we ran through all of those. Jesus, we did run through all those labels like that. Okay. Just have to go get more. So we got these templates. These are templates right here. This is another case we built for basically for another motherboard setup we want to do. So this is done. It's already got the holes in it already set up for the motherboard. So it's all set up in there. And this right here is now going to be our new setup here that we have. First, we're going to glue in the motherboard screws, so that way they don't go anywhere. So these are motherboard screws, and we glue those in so they don't go anywhere. We use the hot glue gun because once it's in there, it's not going anywhere. And we're going to use a magnetic strip system to move stuff in and out. Because Velcro, we got to pull on it. I want to tear up my case trying to get the thing separated with the Velcro. Let me put these screws in here so we don't lose everything. Well, yeah, the whole thing about this is just basically just to help you broaden your imagination. Hopefully what you learn from here, you may build other stuff, you know what I mean? Make it a better idea to me. Say, hey, Mr. Bird never tried this. Hey, try it. Be surprised, I expect for people to build better stuff at the end of the day. That's for that one. This is for them putting the screws in here so I don't lose the screws, because I will lose these screws. They're tiny. Definitely lose them. Right. And when your moon hits your eye, yeah, all right. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Da 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 ding, da 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 doom, da 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 da. That's amore. All right, we're gonna get some more templates for that. And then Amazon measure out our tubes. Since we're gonna use a tubing system for our fishbowl tank, we're gonna go get our plexiglass. All that. Another half of our base here. So here, this part right here. Come on, guys, get you out of the way. Everybody, here. So much paper everywhere. Get our glasses, which we're supposed to have on, so we don't have migraines today. I wonder about the sound on the side effect when the X-Wing fighters were with that screaming sound. That's a pretty cool idea. It sounds pretty cool. We definitely got to do it Star Wars. I'm a big fan of Darth Vader. Unfortunately, we can't build that helmet out of cardboard. I don't have that skill level like that, but definitely does something pretty cool. You can make a war scene. All right, so here, this is where core is at right there. Motherboard's going to be there, so it has to be here this way. Graphic card is going to hit where? Be on this side. Where's that going? Graphic card's on this side. All right. Let me see. We need everything to go downward. So graphic cards on this side. So from here to here is actually, we can actually fit a graphic card in here perfectly right there. Definitely have to be 2 fans to do it. I'm not doing 3. It's not going to fit anyway whatsoever. And you can get them about, that short. That's all. If it's wide, if it's wider, it'll fit here perfectly if it's wide. So I'm not worried about that. So we need this to be downward. We need to be down because we need to put another system here to hide all these wires. I'm going to put extension system. All this is going to feed down through here. The box is going to keep everything hidden. We're going to coat all the wires so they go on the dot. Feed them through this system down here, and then push them out because I don't want to show any wires going anywhere. And the power supply we have to pick for this. Matter of fact, the power supply is something different. We need a power supply that we can pick what cables we want, so that way we don't have a lot of wires all over the place. So we definitely have to do some serious wired management. We're going to do some cardboard management with this. So that's right there. A nice port system, keep it nice and cool. All this runs down here. Graphic cards run there. And that's perfect. Where is the power unit? It's right here, which is good. Right. So take it. This is the back of it. Fan system goes here for the water cooling system, so it has to be a little bit back farther. Yes, so back farther is going to fit here. Half the fan is going to hit up top there. Another fan for the back area because we got air pulling out this way, which is going to involve a port here for this right here for this to stick up. And then over here, you can basically put a power supply unit there. So we're going to do a different type of power supply. These power supplies, like I said, are thin. It's something like a micro power supply. They're about that thin, about literally almost the size of a box right here. That's literally what it is. And allow me to pick and choose what cables I'm going to use. That'll connect nicely right here. That'll connect nicely right there. Power supply will run right connected right there. It'll lean a little bit off the edge, but we don't mind that. Right off the edge here. So we have the micro ATX over here. We have a liquid cooling system here. We have on this side over here, we can run the power supply right there. And then here on this side, let's go back over. Since our CPU fan is going to be here, let's see, CPU fan. Get an idea what we're doing. A CPU fan there. The system's going to run there. But we have to lift it up just a little bit because it has to clear this part right here. It has to clear. That'd be nice. There you go. So it has to clear right there. Exactly there. All right. Sorry. All right. So, pretty easy. You gotta remember everything has to be at. We can put on this side easily to put in the cooling system and fan on here with no problem. Where is there's a whatchamacallit? Nowhere to be found. What's the graphic card at? Over here. Oh, graphic card. Liquid cooling system over here. On this side.
It's not going to disrupt, is it? It's going to disrupt. It's going to make close enough to disrupt. Let me see. No, it's not going to disrupt. It's not even going to. I don't know. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yep. That'll definitely work. Yeah, that'll definitely work. And make sure the fans, even if we had like, because even if we had like this much room next to this and that, remember this is an open case, so again, there's gonna be a lot of airflow pushing out of here. Even when we put in the system, we're gonna have fans in there. We're gonna have fans at the bottom taking air out, we're gonna have fans on the side taking air out, we have little fans in there drawing air out. We don't want them too big, we just want a lot of little fans pulling air out of there. Fans are most likely going to be smaller than 80 millimeters, so it's going to be like some kind of like a purification system, which is basically going to draw air out of the system. We don't want the fans massive, we don't want them huge, we really don't want to see them. We just want these little small fans in there drawing air constantly out of the system. That's what we're going to be using. In order to use that, we have to use a 4-port fan controller, a 3-pin, or 4-pin fan controller, so we can run multiple fans. And these little tiny socket units we're going to design, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fans in there, and we're going to connect them in different areas to draw air out in different sections. So it's going to be nice and cool in that case. We're designing, even though it's going to be closed in, it's going to have little fans in there to pull air out in different directions. And because this case is cardboard, we can put the fans anywhere we want. So that's what we're designing. So again, everything here will stay nice and cool. We'll have a temperature gauge in here to show you exactly how cold it gets in there. And this on top of that, this will be running off liquid cooling system, so we're good. So not worried about it being too close to the radiator. Radiator stays nice and cool because I have a constant run of fans on them, and this is going to have a 2-fan system on it. Fan in the front, fan in the back. That's what we're going to be using. And as this is blowing air out, those little micro fans all over the place are going to suck air in different directions right out the PC. And you won't see them, and they're going to be whisper quiet too. I don't want to hear them at all. That's why I'm using these little black ones that are really quiet, that don't make any noise. I want very little light from fans trickling off in here. I want most of it basically coming off the environment. That's what we want. We want to bring the environment to life. Too many fans, too many lights in here, it's just going to throw everything off. We need the environment to come to life. So using little black fans in there to bring the air out for the liquid cooling system. We can do fans in there, but I'm going to have to put a dimmer on it, so we're going to have to dull that down just enough. But I need most of those lights to come off the environment. Man, the ecosystem we can put in here now is going to be massive. It's going to be gorgeous. So we can put a lot of cool stuff in there, because now we have the entire PC, the whole setup is going to be in the center, and everything else is going to wrap around it. And that's what we're building. The ultimate bubble tank fish gear. And we can do it this way, but if I do it this way, the wires got to come up and they got to go someplace else, which I don't want. I need everything to go down into the base here and to be hidden. And we can cover each one of those cords, which is not going to be ready, with a little vine system. We're painting them green for a little vine system so they all blends in. We can make this an overgrown power station. That's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this motherboard and everything we have here into an overgrown power station that's just covered in vines. To me, pretty cool. So that's why I said the idea that Lord bless me is far better than the one of buying a case and spending $120. They can do it for mostly very cheap. So this thing we're building here is the actual power station, which is the power station that runs this thing. All right, so nice thin power supply that's going to run for the back. And then for the hard drive, let's just take this out and just say we can put a hard drive unit right there. That's it. That's the entire PC built on that. So let's go get some more boxes and piece this thing together, and then start showing up what this thing does. No, not yet. We're gonna get all the rest of the stuff in. Right here. There we go. Right there. Right there. I knew I had more of those. I knew I had more of those. I knew I had more of them. I'm right there. I know I had more. I was like, wait a minute. I know I had more of these things. All right. Okay. Scissors. We're going to paint this thing up too. So just to show you an idea, I'm going to put an idea of what we're going to be designing here. We're going to paint this thing up. We're going to put the vines and everything onto it to get an idea of what we're building before we build the entire set. I'm putting it all together just to give you an idea of what we're doing. All right. Let's see. Now, I want to make sure. I had to take this off because I had it on backwards. I literally had it on backwards. Because this is supposed to be sized just right for this. So you're going to have this one part over the top. I'm trying to figure out. That wouldn't do it. That would block it. Cut it out just right. There it is. It's supposed to be this way. So this is supposed to be this way. The motherboard is supposed to be, if we put it this way, at least we have this here on this side, on here, but the exhaust system is on that side. So if we bring it on this side, we can bring the motherboard here. So the exhaust system there, but the K screws are on this side. Yeah, so it would have to be on here. This would have to be here. So we did have it on the wrong side. So the motherboard and K screws are here for this right here. Okay. But again, you're upside down. You're here, bird. This is where it's supposed to be because we need to be a little bit higher up because of the graphic part. So this is where you're going to be for right here. Okay. But that's there. All right. Let's go over and let's grab this. This should be over here. Because this is going to fit. Let me see. This is a little higher up, so that way it hits that fan, and this one open. This one has to be exposed. So this is going to reach a little higher up. So this one should be right there. That should be there. There we go. Then we can have the system here on here. Because I was wondering, I think we got this backwards. There we go. Now this is the way it's supposed to be. I'm going to put from here from the back. It's here. CP on this side. That's fantastic. Oh, that's just peachy.
We'll glue it in later on. This just gives us an idea of basically how we're putting all this together. Just gives me an idea of what I'm doing and how I'm going to do this. I'm just lightly putting this together. That's perfect. Oh, you're on backwards again. Gee whiz, I gotta start writing this stuff down. I'm literally on backwards again. That's the duct system. The duct system is on this side. This has to be on this side. Your cooling system is here. Bam, there. This has to be turned around. Around, bird. Around. Jeez. I think this is the more complicated one I've done so far. Like literally. It has to be turned around. That's why these first stages, 2 tape only, because man, use a glue gun, that's going to be permanent. That one was pretty easy because I pretty much figured out how we're going to box together. But this one's going to be a little bit more complicated to do. Turn it around. Whew. Make sure we get this right, lined up right. Behave, be nice. Okay, good. We have it right this time. There. Did this with a flipping CPU one time. Put it in incorrectly. Almost damaged it one time. Pressed down on it. Almost damaged it. Good thing I basically paused myself for a minute. It's like, oh shoot, I think we put that in incorrectly. This is why sometimes when I do these, I tape these together first. Because if I had hot glue this thing, man, this would have been a headache to get separated. I probably had to trash the whole thing and do it all over again. Let me get something here just for a minute to just pin this up while we're putting all this together. Sheesh. I had everything measured just right, and I kept putting everything in backwards. Like, why do you keep putting it in backwards? Put it on the side of it, got it in correctly, had to come back in, take it apart, put it back in again. Because you want it to be perfect. You want it to work. People go through that trial and error all the time. One of the biggest trial error is putting something together and having it not cut off. Oh my goodness, man. Especially together. That's why it says basically put it together halfway. Make sure those are in there correctly and then start building around it. Because the last thing you want to do is go into something because it's not coming on. Definitely don't want that. I don't see over myself like, put it in backwards again. Whole thing is in backwards. It's all in backwards. Now we got it right. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we got it right. We're good. Because that liquid cooling system, the duct system, can't be on the side of where the motherboard's at. It's supposed to be the back where the motherboard's at. So that can't be there. That definitely cannot be there. That's not going to work. So, can we go in nicely? There we go. All right. Let's turn you around. Where the motherboard screws are, please tell me we got this right. Where are the motherboard screws at, bird? Motherboard screws are on this side. All right, perfect. Motherboard screws are on this side. which means motherboard is going this way, and this square piece right here is where the back of the radiator has to hit, because that's where the fan system hits at, so the radiator hits at, and the duct system, which is circles in the back, square in the front. I got to mark these from now on. Square in the front and circle in the back. Because man, got to mark this from now on, because man, that's a freaking headache. Get that mixed up. All right, and then with that, we have here for our hard drive system. We want the hard drive system to be out in the open, so we need the hard drive system to be there. Hard drive system is going to be exposed. Let me see, we should have enough room for this. Really, look at everything. I'm going to disconnect all these wires. I have no idea why. Let me see if let me disconnect all these wires. Wires are a pain in the neck. Here, this is going to rise up and hit right about there. That's where it's going to hit right there. I don't know if you can see that. Gosh, get you guys over. You guys are not even in the field of view to see this. Right there. So it's got to rise up because one of the fans have to be exploded when it's not exposed right there. So that's fantastic right there. So that's good where that's going to land right there. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. And that's going to land at. So the next stage is to have this right here is going to be for our hard drive unit right here. And I'm going to put the tabs in it so I can slide the hard drives in and out. Wait a minute, if I'm going to put the tabs there, isn't that going to be a headache because you're going to have a liquid cooling system here, which is going to conflict with trying to pull a tab out. If you have the tab this way, you bring the tab over and pull it this way, this will be much better. Bring it this way, bring the tab out. I think we'll do it that way instead. All right, so we have to put a hard drive here, which is going to require a fan. Hard drive and these fans on to keep it nice and cool. Draw heat out of it. Where's the template for that hard drive? And we need this is getting pretty junky here. I can't make out anything on here. I need pen. We don't have pen here because it's buried in everything here. It's buried in all this mess right here we have. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, these are days where I just get a little frustrated because I know my desk is going to be junky. It is. It's all junky when we're building, but I'm trying to keep stuff organized and where stuff is supposed to be at. I know. I got to have it setting things down and then not remember where I set them at and have to go through that craziness. That's there. Oh, I know what I can use these for. These would be fantastic for the paper tassels that are needed to put in the refrigerator to make like the fans are moving back and forth. That would be definitely perfect for that. Okay, this one right there. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, right over there. Right there. Most of the time, this is for something right dead in the face. That's why I said the best way to hide something is in plain view. Right, where's the hard drive for this? So the hard drive is going to fit here. So since it's going to hit that bottom area right there, that means this is going to have to be right here. The hard drive is going to have to be right there. And the fan is right there. So we're going to put a fan system right there. So here we have all this already built. There we go. I'm trying to cut my hand open. Like I said, for the rough edges, if you're worried about that, or like even if you go at it with a saw and go inside of it, you know what I mean, the one that you drill. I forgot the name of it, the circle piece you use for doorknobs. We're going to reuse those sometimes. You're still going to have to put something around it to make a look. You can put the tube system in, But you take a tube and you cut it and you basically piece it in all the way around. That makes it look real nice. Some cheap black tubes that are expensive. Just use a hot glue gun, put everything in. Get a more professional look to it. And you don't have that extra tubing sticking to the side. It may conflict with fans and stuff, but I think I might do that over there. Actually, on that one. Put the two sticks in there, because that'll be much better than have to go in there and cut that piece. The less work, the better, right? Now, if you want to do something really insane with your boxes, open up a little hole in it, pour in some of that high fluorescent glow-in-the-dark paint, tape it up, and shake them up. And then the inside is going to be coated with that high fluorescent glow. Then you put a peekaboo window in there, all that's going to push right through and glow even higher. You know, you're going to have a window in there, the whole inside is going to be coated with beautiful white glow, or whatever colors you want to put in there. Yep. So we're going to build a separate box. We're going to put a hole in it. We're going to shake it up inside, put a peekaboo window in there, dress it real nice, just to give you an idea of a prototype on how you can design your box in different ways you can do it. So if you don't want to look at that print on the other end, you can basically change all that. And it's easier to do it that way than poking the hole in it and pouring the paint into it and shaking it up, because if you try to put a roll on the inside of that, good luck with that, because that's going to be tedious and a pain in the neck. You have to take the whole box apart to coat the inside and put it all back together. But you're better off just putting a hole in there and just shaking it up. Cover all your corners and stuff, and that's it. Easy paint job. It reminds me of Mr. Bean, where he was painting his living room, and he realized it was just going to be a lot of hard work to do it. So he basically covered everything in his living room in newspaper, everything. And he took a huge firework and stuck it in a can of paint, which we know that doesn't work, and basically exploded and painted everything in the environment. There we go. Now we have to cut another side up top for us to slide our board out easy, back and forth. And the tabs are easy to do too, to put in too. All right, let's get that pen again. Please don't tell me we just lost the pen. We literally just had the pen a few minutes ago, and we lost it that quick. It's like looking for something and it's right there in your head, and right there in your ear. Why don't you stick things in my ear? That'd make things such easier. Because that's what they're there for. Stick things in your ear to find them. Get a pen. Anyone got a pen? I need a pen. Like, dude, yeah, right there in your visor. Oh yeah. Thank you. Good looking out. We just there it is, right there. So it's got to drop on the far point here, so it has to be here. Knife. Where's the knife? Knife! Nazim! Light! Remember that? Fifth element, Nazim. Nazim! Light! He was tired. He was like, man. Just do it this way. Here comes Peter Cottontail, walking down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter on his way. Man, I remember that song at school. Peter Cottontail. Yep. Knew Easter was coming.
Peter Cottontail. I got older people on my account who comment and say, yeah, I remember that. I remember that back in the day, thinking about Peter Cottontail. Yep. Hippity hoppity, turning this way. We can just put it there for the time being. Just a temporary. My yard is going to be caught up in vegetarian vines and all that cool stuff. Might put a man-eating plant on there. Imagination. You got this right, bird. Mr. Bird. Hey, Mr. Bill. What are you doing today, Mr. Bill? I'm messing with fireworks. Oh, no. I think that was on SNL, Mr. Bill. Ooh, he's doing something jacked up. Get this line up just right, Mr. Bird. We have time for the nonsense. That's all I'll hold for the time being. Make this. Like I said, this is just for the time being to get an idea of what we're putting together, how we're piecing together, and then we'll hot glue the whole thing together. So, good thing we didn't hot glue it, because man, if we did, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Because again, it would have sealed perfectly, and we would have had a problem getting it removed if we made any mistakes. Okay. Square in the front, circle in the back. Square in the front, circle in the back. Square in the front, circle in the back. And now we got the cooling system for the you don't have to worry about it being too close because it's going to be out here on this side and out there, so don't have to worry about that over there. There we go. It's going to be over here on this side, so I don't have to worry about it. We have over here over here we're going to have our liquid cooling system here, hard drive system right here. And our power supply, which turn this thing around. I have no idea why I just did that. As it says, the opposite side right here. Power supply is going to fit right there because you're going to get a thin power supply, about that thin. And if it leaves a little bit of lip over the side, it's not going to do too much. That's all. So I'm going to put the power supply there. I could extend this a little farther out and put the power supply there, but no, I'm just going to do it that way. Move it that way. Let me see. We can actually add vegetation. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't say anything incorrect on camera. We can put another platform there. So covered up. This is all going to be covered up. But this is too wide. I don't want it. That's way too wide for the power supply. Let me say something. Right? If I don't do the thin one. Oh, here ever put wires somewhere and then trying to figure out how they got all tangled up? It's like something came in the middle of the night and just twisted everything up. So basically, not really that far off the side of this. Really not that far off the side of it. To have this here. Really not that far. No, not that far off, to tell you the truth. Wait. Where's the ports? Oh yeah, definitely want that like that. No. Has to be this way. Alright, that's better. Alright, because we got plugs and you have to go in here. So yeah, that's not bad right there. Now we're going to hide all this mess, these wires, down in here, this base right here, and then bring everything up on the side and connect everything in. This is going to be all covered like they're vines. We want them to intertwine all over this thing and then basically put the rest of the vine system in, and then we can go from there. Yep. So this is it right here. Power supplies on this side. I'm going to put a slot in here, right there, a slot in here that will allow us to be, because this is lifted up. This whole unit, the liquid cooling system lifts up right about here. So we have a little slot here open, and that's going to allow us to be able to run. All basically what we do is, let's see, where is it going to end on this side? Actually, it's going to be here on that side. So yeah, we'll have to bring it in here. If we don't have it, then we put the extenders in. We can get an ATX extender and basically run everything up through there. I'm sorry, up through here with no problem. From here to up there, come down here, come up here, and come back up here. And the reason why we're going to take the lines here, we're going to basically make these look like vines, so it blends into the environment. That's what we're going to do. Power system's going to be here. Okay, good. I got all that ready to go for our case. And then we're just going to build the entire case around it, which will give me a full wraparound view all the way around to be able to see all these different compartments for that. That's already done and ready to go. Got an extra smaller box. I'm trying to worry about if we don't have enough boxes. Ended up with another extra smaller box right there. Let me grab what I need. This up over here. Kind of straighten this mess up in here. Over here. Put you up somewhere. In the environment a little bit. Make sure we leave the screwdriver here so that way we don't lose that thing anywhere. So I don't want to go through that process again, do we? I'll put you here. Let me see. We got a fan that's off the side. I gotta go grab that fan.
This is what I mean by, try to explain to people that do more productive things with your time, you know? I don't, for the person that calls us, we don't acknowledge you. We don't. I'm too busy of a person. As you can see, I'm very busy. Always working on something, always putting something together. I don't read your messages. I just go delete you and put you in block. That's it. I'm not going to waste my time. If I try to reach out to you the first time and talk to you and I was met with a bunch of silliness, I'm not going to bother with you. I'll just go about my business. That's it. I give everybody that opportunity to reach out to you. If you want to talk and do freaking emojis and all that stuff and curse and carry on, I'm not wasting any time on you. I'm leaving. I don't even get into arguments with people like that. My ex, I never got in an argument. I never wasted time on that. She getting mad and get upset and carry on. I look at her and go, okay, there's no way we can resolve this. I'm gonna just go for a walk because there's no point. That's time you waste at the end of the day. It's time you're never gonna get back having those meaningless arguments for nothing. It's just a waste of time. I got better things to do. Some people just like to argue. I don't have time for that. I have things to do. As you can see, I get up here, we pour the camera on, we show all kinds of cool stuff we're working on. Now we're going to be building a fishbowl PC for cheap. And people benefit from this because other people, some people may come and see my channel and they go, oh shoot, that's a good idea. I think I'll try that myself. All those freaking screens we built, customize, all those things we design, levitating screens, all that stuff. I got people coming in and they build the same thing we build because they see, hey, that's how it's done. That's pretty cool. That's why we got a how-to page on our site because we do all that stuff. But I spent more of my time on here calling people up and basically bickering with them and the stuff they'll do. I'd never have anything done. I'd never be in this situation. It'd be impossible. It takes a lot of testing. That's what a lot of people don't realize. You can't skip it, man. You got to do the test. You got to do the test. You got to do them. Now you cheat yourself. You want to be an athlete. You want to basically be part of the Olympics team, right? Yeah, check your resume. Hopefully, that will break the same thing with something else. But anyway, they're going to write the resume. You're an athlete. At the end of the day, you got to be proven to get to that point. It's kind of really hard to say after the breakdance and this and that. But then there's a difference between, oh my goodness. But anyway, but still, you're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to show you if you got the ability to go to Olympics, train to Olympics, you know what I mean? Coach will come out there, bring out there to a scout and say, hey, I think this guy is Olympic material. You can't lie about that. You're going to have to show that you are Olympic material. Again, I have no idea how she passed that test. So we don't. You have to go through that. They had to be seen by judges for the whole breakdancing thing. I don't even know. We talked about that at her celebration for her mother for basically her passing on for her new celestial body. Christians celebrate that. We celebrate that. I don't see death as a way of sadness. I'm sad a little bit when it happens, but mostly it's joy and happiness. It's a mixture of both. She went home. She got no more suffering. So I'm happy about that. One day I'll get that opportunity. I'll be over there. But for right now, I gotta be here. For me, it feels like I wanted to go there, but I can't go there yet. It's not my time yet, So it's a happiness feeling that she's home. But as I said before, I lost my train of thought on that thing about my mother over in heaven. Man, it's gotta be beautiful over there. I couldn't imagine how beautiful it's gotta be over there. But anyway, I guess we'll get back to basically doing things about the book. I don't know. I guess I'll train myself on that one. I'm tired. I got out of here late. And then I had to come back in here early, get all this stuff, get this done. Idea came in for that fishbowl PC, and I started working on that, getting that ready and everything. So, yeah, a little beat today, but I'm going to go to the store and get myself a Snickers and take me and Taco down there, this little park area we sit at, and we're just gonna sit there and chill for a little bit and then come back and get back to work. But it'll come back to me either way.
Probably something I was talking about on Basics and kind of life lesson or whatever. And even I don't even know everything about life. 56 years old, not even close to it. But I know enough of what I've been through. But the minute I sat there and said, we're going to go. Taco! Hey, taco, 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 taco! That's all you was automatically, you know, you shake your keys, you automatically know, I say keyboards apart. Going to the park, I'm going to the park. Yeah. But I'm just saying that time is life is too short. Funny doing dumb stuff. I always say this every day. It's too short to waste it on dumb stuff. Do some stuff. Learn something new. Take an art class, something like that. You know what I mean? You know, that's why I think people think I say this because they feel that the devil will tell you that, oh, he's saying that because you're wearing him down. No, I'm not wearing me down. Remember, I played that game already. I did it already. I know exactly the game you're playing. I'll come up, it's bad. It really is. I'll tell you this because I'm warning you. That's what I'm doing. What you do doesn't affect my life. Like you said, I'm on here, I build stuff and put stuff together, and everything doesn't affect anything I do. I'm just warning you because you have no idea what you're dealing with. And right now, it'll tell you at the end of the day that, hey, look, you're saying that because you're wearing them down. You're not wearing me down at all, period. I just know what's coming for you. That's what I know. Because it came from me. Yes, it did. It came from me. So, again, you're just putting yourself in a bad situation. The devil is the king of time wasting. He will waste your time like there is no tomorrow. He'll take so much time from you, it's not even funny. He is the king of time wasting. I know that firsthand experience. He's the king of time wasting. You sit there and you watch life pass you by. That's the one thing about it that's insane, that you will literally watch life pass you by in that situation. And then you didn't change it. You just have to sit there and just wait your time out. That's it. It's all a waiting game in there. So that's not good to go through, you know? But, you know, you can learn stuff while you're in there. Oh, let me see my power supply and get all this ready. Put this over here. This is the one I'm going to transfer over. This one next. I didn't have to put the expansion on here. All I had to do was just turn it sideways and bend it. Came right through. That's pretty much it. Everything feeds down here, comes out through here. Got the peg system in here so it can't go anywhere. And because everything's being pulled this way, it's not going to fall over the side. I had to position your parts so they can't move. And we're going to be working on the icebox too. Icebox is going to get another clear coating to make it stand out. All this is going to glow in the dark. I'm going to finish up this. Get the gauges up here so basically make this look more realistic and expand our pipes on this one. So I'll be working on that one too. So yeah, lots to do. Now I still got to go over here and update the website on this new technology we're working on. And still got to get ready to put the date in for the Theater on the Go screens, which is in 2025. I want to have those out in the summertime for people. And then we got this screen coming out called Cinema Flow. I'll show that off. Which will be outside. That's why I went down to City Hall and got my license and all that stuff. So I can have my permits. I can be out in the parks this summer showing off stuff, our technology, and passing out the brochures and the business cards.
So I can basically get my company out there. And I'm going to even hiring other people to bring them on board to do demonstrations for me in different areas of Allentown to pass out my brochures and all my stuff like that on my company. So I'm planning to expand my business. Right now, I'm just getting ready to build my foundation and get everything set up. It doesn't really bother me at all, period. And again, my number's about to be changed, so you're about to get cut off pretty soon. I got a new number that I'm getting. It's a special number. I had to customize. I had to wait for this thing to be ready. So basically, it is going to have, basically, you won't be getting it. This is for my outside connections out here that it's for. So it's another set of business cards that goes up. It's a digital card that I'm designing. That's my personal line attached to it. And the number's customized. It has letters in it. Basically, it explains to the company. I had a special phone number done. I had to pay a little money for it, and I had to wait for them to generate the number. The one that been calling me, bye-bye. You're about to be disconnected. Now, you, again, I know at the end of the day that you need to be around me. I think he has a factuation with me. And if you call me the company account, it doesn't go from the company account. You're blocked automatically from the door. When you come through, your message comes through, the machine goes and deletes it. Like, you know, you get junk mail, and automatically anything that junk mail goes transfers over to, you know, spam and all that. That's what happens to your messages. They go over there. You don't see them at all. Because that's a message system I paid for. That's why I paid for that, the 800 number. That's one of the features it does. But I don't want to be here from a number. Basically, all my calls are screened. I paid the extra call to have somebody screen my calls. Somebody else is reading your messages, not us. We're going through a screening process every time you send a message over. So if anything comes up, or a server catch, whatever, then you record it. If there's too many messages coming in from that same person, they start documenting, getting logged in report. And they can trace your call too. So I asked if the numbers that are coming up, yeah, it's a company account. So basically, you want to have people come in and play and carry on and act up. So yeah, they will basically get everything filed up and ready for us. Take all those in court with any information they can find on the previous person. You do know that's an internet connection, right? When your IP address tried set, right? So when you call that, you're connected to your IP, whether it be on your phone or whatever. Your phone has an IP address too on it. Again, you're living in a digital age. And literally, stop doing dumb stuff. So that's why we pay for those services at the end of the day, because they allow that individual doing dumb stuff. That's why we paid for all that. The new number I got coming in from my company, it's going to be going on my digital cards, my personal line. So I get certain people I want to do business with. They get the business card, they go to the 800 number, and the other people that I'm actually doing business with, I have contracts with them, they get the private line. So pretty soon you're about to get that doo-doo-doo. I'm sorry, this number's not in service anymore. Please try again. THR. Every time you contact me over here, because it's being screened, I got all my calls being screened now. So they read your messages before you even get them. Well, what you gonna do now, buddy? Yeah, it's sad. If you're married to a girlfriend or something, man, or get a dog or a cat or something like that, you seem a bit lonely. Many times we contact them, you seem very, very lonely. So, yeah, get yourself, go get a girlfriend or something, or go get a dog or a cat or something, you know what I mean? They got unconditional love for you. You seem lonely. That being said, you're being cut off. I got things to do. I'm waiting to get this number, getting ready to be eligible for it to be available in my section over here, and it is. I can finally get one, and I want to bring this up to my new digital card. Now, if you're thinking that, oh, you'll never see that. That's for offline business only. Hey, what's up, Mr. Perky Boy? Mr. Perky Boy, what you doing over there? Looking all neat. Look at them legs. What's his legs? Just such a distinguished gentleman. Look at that. He crosses his legs. Look at that. Look at you, you distinguished gentleman. Look at you, little fur in the front. Look at that, you little distinguished gentleman. I love how he puts his paws when he stands up. He thinks the camera's about to come on. Later on today, buddy, we're going to show up the screen. I got some people to show up on Facebook. Technology working on. So you'll be doing you right in front of the camera. Do your little pose right there. I got to put your ties on. You look so
distinguished gentleman with a tie on. Put your tie on. There we go. Man, yeah, I had a contact and they said it wasn't available in my area yet. I was like, okay, I want that number done like that. So basically, I got these digital cards coming out. Then now you just tap my card to your cell phone, or information goes. That's my private line. So getting that set up. Can't pay for the cards until I can get the number approval. And I finally got the approval for the number. So this week we change it. Put the new one in. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, and by the way, I had to bring up this other guy, and the other guy just removed his website. Those logins, you're going to have to suffer for that in court, because it shows that your little rumors that you try to start on my company, yeah, it escalated to that mess. But this fellow's involved, so you're going to get charged with some of that. So that's, again, another charge of cyber stalking. Jeez, yeah, you have to understand that. You start a rumor, and other people get involved in that rumor, you get charged for all of that, because you initially started it. So do you get hit with all that? Those are extra charges that accumulate. They'll get hit, but you get those extra charges too. And you sit and say, well, I didn't do it. No, you started it. So that's how it ends. And anything that anybody done, they did, you get charged with all of that. So good luck on that. Oh man, how come all these are actually sold out? Like literally every single one. Dude, no, we don't spend that much money for. Yeah, we're going to have to build it piece by piece. This thing's got to be upgraded. We need an i7 in this thing. No, we're not doing that. Not micro PC. We're not doing those ever again. I did a micro PC. I never did it again from Dell. That thing didn't even last long. That thing burnt out on me. I was like, nope, never getting that little tiny fan in the back the size of a nickel. I was like, nope, this ain't going to work. Burnt out. That was the worst. $180 for that thing. Let me see. I'm just going with the eye. Yeah, over here. Can I get it this way? Let me see. No. We don't want the desktop. I said refurbish. Refurbish CPU. No, the CPU right now. I might as well eBay. If somebody got one in the case over it, I'll just buy it from them. CPU. CPU. Okay, let me see. $80. Somebody got it for $80, $90. Shouldn't spend that kind of money for that CPU. 6. 187. What the frick we buying at 187? Oh, we don't want a 4770 now. No, don't want those. Excuse me. Yeah, probably can pop over to eBay. I don't know if you can see it from there. Let me see something there. They got one here for like $80. That's it. I may think about that. We got it for new and used. We got that. Somebody got it here for $50, but I can get it until December. What the frick would I want to wait till December to get that thing at? Jeez. December. Oh, that's not coming from, that's definitely not coming from the United States. No way in the world. It's coming from overseas, definitely. December? Like literally December? No, wait. You're definitely super backward. It's November. Gee whiz. Really? Yeah, it's November. November 27. Okay, wait. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm thinking we're way up. Not in November. I think we're in something like, I don't know. I'm way off on that one. Hold on. Let me see what we got here. We used December the 4th. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And they went for $50. $50. Yeah, pull from a working environment. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I'd rather have it pull from a working environment. So it's not bad. $50 ain't bad. You only want 50 for it. Over here, $50. Free shipping or faster shipping Tuesday, November 26th. Order within 1 hour. Let me see. December the 4th, I don't mind that. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I gotta paint this thing up and get it done. This thing's not gonna be done yet. It's gonna take a while for me to get this thing painted up and get it finished. So that's plenty of time for it to get here. I got a paint job of doing this thing. You can't build anything onto it till we finish the paint job. So that's worth that. $50. That is $50. Oh man, it's a good one. It's a good one. Saving some bread. So we got wait. We're gonna do so we can do a 11.55 in there. And boards for roughly about $40. So we have $50, and then we have $40, $16 for RAM. So we're only gonna put 16 gigs in, so that's all we need really. We can always upgrade this out in the open anyway. That's 16 gigs of RAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM. Motherboard, and then the CPU. Right now, I'm going to use a 1050 for right now, but I'm going to upgrade to a 3050 later on. That's about $180 there. We got the power supply. We got everything we need. That's the only thing we're missing is CPU, motherboard, and 16 gigs. Because this PC over here, this has 16 gigs. This one doesn't have 16 gigs. This one has 8. It has 8 gigs on it. The reason why it has 8 gigs on it because I said the whole problem with the Dell boards, they have 4 slots in it. And they break them down in there. So they had 16 in there and they broke them down by 4 gigs for each slot. Which means when you pull the memory out of it, you only got 2 slots, and that means you're only going to get 8. That's the problem, because they have 4 in there. So I had to replace the memory in this one, put 16 in this one. The RAM in that one, I put 16 in it from door 8 and 8 on each side. So we had to do it here too, but it's cheap. This one over, I spent $60 for that freaking RAM, and turned around and found out I could spend it for $16 on it. What the freak? What the freak? $16. And we're gonna put our own heat spreaders on the RGBs on it anyway. And we got the power supply, we got the liquid cooling system, hard drive already has operating system preloaded into it. That's why I tell people to buy a whole operating system. If you need parts and you need a hard drive, you can get a 2 terabyte hard drive. These are 2 terabyte hard drives. Grab one of them that's already preloaded already with the operating system in it already. So if you want to update the operating system, all you have to do is go over to Microsoft, get the update version, pay the money, they don't run the specifications on your machine, so you get the requirement to run it, and boof, that's it. You can already go in and basically upgrade to Windows 11 that fast. Easy installment. These drives are already preloaded, all ready to go for the upgrade. Easy to do. Easy. Make cheesy. Alright. So $106 is what it's going to cost me to get this upgrade on here. I get everything up and running. Okay, I can go back and play some. One of my games on that. I like to play all the times on there. Get back over and play and start playing that. I haven't bashed the zombie in the last couple of days. But $50 ain't bad. I'm definitely going to go there. This one's going to have to be upgraded to 32. The reason why, because I had so many tabs open, because I do a lot of research on this machine, it isn't just game, I research on it too, that my whole, everything shut down on Google. So if you're on there gaming, everything shuts down. Not gaming, you're on there looking at, got a lot of tabs open up, and then when you go open up a tab and the page is not loading, it's just spinning, that's because you don't got enough memory left. You depleted your memory. So basically you got to remove some of those pages so that way another page can open up. And that's what happened. So this system has 16, I got to upgrade to 32, so I have enough room where I open up multiple pages, because I do a lot of research on that machine besides gaming. Okay. Get video demonstration today and finish the rest of this work and get to this website and get some updates in. Yeah, I got to update the website for Black Friday. So we are going to have a Black Friday sale on the site. Yeah, we are going to have. There's some nice thing about that over on Facebook. So we definitely will have one. Human race. Alright, people, I'm done. I gotta finish some things. I do gotta recap on what happened last night, because I still can't believe you pulled this site. You didn't have a choice. You had no choice. There's no way out of it. There's no way out of it. You gotta back your stuff. I can't express that enough on camera. Because it wasn't gonna be me. If one of them big companies would have stepped in, and yeah, you would have had some problems, because you'd have to back it. They definitely have to back it. Not just me. You're going to find a million of my kind out there. There's a lot of my kind out there, all over the internet, that will go through your stuff. Yep, so you better make sure your stuff is backed up. All right, gotta go. Thank you. We'll be putting this together next week, and we'll be putting that together too. Also, that screen's going to be built already. That's why I got the surface there, got all sized up and how many we need. That's going to be finished. Like a Halo system here, Halo system there, set up. I got new projectors coming. Well, actually old projectors, but still. For us is new. All right, gotta go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.